What? Sent you to dance haunts.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome to a new week, new Monday. I should have gone to sleep 9 hours ago when I still had a chance. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Hello, hello, hello. And I need to test something. I forgot to test this. It should work now. But there is a Hannah on the screen. It works. It does play the sound now. You can now hear the quacking. Wonderful. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Monday. Uma. We have a bunch of things to do, everybody. We have a bunch of things to do today. Why are you quacking? Because I have the ability to headbutt ducks now. There. Like, we can headbutt all the ducklings now. That's why. Like, use some beach tiles with quack sand, all full comment. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We've got a lot of things to do today, so let's get to exactly that, shall we? A bunch of things that I want to talk about. First of all, I forgot my glasses. There they are. Wonderful. Hold up. Let's get all the glasses. Nope. Now I just took Zoe's glasses. While we're here, let's take all of the glasses. There we go. We've got duck glasses as well. Hate haunts so much for how addictive it is. It's bad, isn't it, Hatchney? It's bad. Before we dive into the content for today, Golondia, good afternoon. Hannah, good morning, and congratulations on the first. Golondia, thank you for the 79 months. Fucking hell. Thank you, Golondia. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Afid, good morning. How's it going? Golondia, you are the best duckling. Strider, howdy Strider, how's it going? Alex, good afternoon. Forderp, hello Forderp. MJM, good afternoon. Men, good afternoon. Theo, happy birthday. And that's not, no wait, that's wrong. No, it's not Theo, it was Marksman. Never mind. Why do I always confuse you two? Theo, not happy birthday, but maybe happy birthday, I don't know. There is a 1 in 365 chance. Theo, good morning. God damn it. Nope, I need to go to bed. Fuck this. I'm going to sleep. It's over. It's just over. Estelle, how's it going? Hello, Estelle. Jimmy, good morning. Between the servers hiccuping and a run just refusing to work properly. Oh no, I'm sorry, Jimmy. Is it that bad? Is it that bad today? Craig, good morning. Hatchney, good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. I hate mobile typing, understandable, so do I. It takes more time than Azolion, which I dropped for playing this. To be honest, like, a run usually takes me about 20 minutes now, but especially, like, in the first couple of weeks when you're still reading everything, a run can take a good amount of time. The good news is that you don't need to burn your stamina, right? Like, it's not like you need to burn your stamina to 0 every day. There's really no benefit from it. At least not much of a benefit from it, right? As far as, like, currency goes, doing 1 is fine. And even that isn't, like, super mandatory, but it does take more time, yeah. God, I haven't played AL in forever. Like, it's been so long. I was never big into it, but damn. The true stamina for me is the number of guest borrows. Yeah, that's true. That's exactly true. We're going to talk about that today as well, because I have a new project coming up with a new Champions Meet next month, obviously. Another Champions Meet, another horse. Remember, we'll have one of these every month now. We'll talk about the next Champions Meet today, what to do, what not to do, what to set up, and quite honestly, I'm kind of spoiling this for you all already. We're kind of going to talk about why not to bother with next month. Or at least, why not to put any energy into next month. All this and more coming up soon, after we talk about everything else. Yeah, next month is harsh, but we'll talk about it once we get there. Buildery! Hello, Buildery. Good morning. Hope you're well. Hello, hello, hello. So, first things first, though. First things first. Yesterday, at the start of yesterday's stream, I talked about announcement stuff. Morning, I'm in any time zone right now, Buildery. I'm mystically in random time zones today. There will be a lot of this. There'll be a lot of this. I have personally not slept yet. I've been awake for a while. Let's just go with a while. Let's not get bogged down in specifics, shall we? What's the use anyway? On yesterday's stream, bonus stream, Sunday stream, right? We talked a bit about an announcement, and I want to repeat that today because today is my normal stream, right? For everyone that wasn't there yesterday, I want to go into that a bit, and we're going to be talking about board games for a minute. For those of you that have so far joined us for our monthly, sometimes twice a month, VTuber Board Game Night, we are going to be finishing Season 1 of VTuber Board Game Night. Basically, last session was the last session of the season, and we are going to be shelving that Kingdom Death campaign until... who knows? Until further notice. Main reason, Blade's getting deployed for 6 months and won't have access to be able to play. Meaning, we just don't have Blade. Right? That's the big one. I don't want to replace him with anyone else. Like, that man has been there since the beginning. And he's too important to me and to the campaign. So we have all come together and decided we are going to put this thing on hiatus. It's going away. That means a couple of things. It means V can finally sleep before her Saturday stream instead of not. That's great. It means Milo can also like wake up later. Doesn't help Maria because Maria is staying, it turns out. Instead of regular VTuber Board Game Night, as you've seen it so far, we're going to launch into Season 2. We're going to be launching into Season 2. Season 2 of VTuber Board Game Night, however, is going to work slightly differently than Season 1 did. First of all, we're not going to be playing Kingdom Death anymore. Kingdom Death is shelved until further notice. We're considering picking the campaign back up once Blade is back home again, once he has access again. We might pick up the campaign again. We might launch a new one, who knows, but for the time being, Season 2 is going to be a different game. Entirely different game. We're going to be playing Aeon Trespass, a game we're going to talk about in a bit. But with new season also comes mostly a new cast. Milo is already part of our Earthborn Ranger group, so Milo has decided, hey, listen, let me not do this like twice a month. Very, very understandable. So Milo is going to take a step back from VTuber Board Game Night specifically. V has... How do I put this? Our collab never fit into her schedule, and because we're moving VTuber Board Game Night back to my normal slot, it's going to 6 p.m., not the weird 5 p.m. That it is at right now. So it's moving to like now instead of an hour early. That ruins it entirely for her in terms of timing. So V is also going to take a step back from it. Very, very understandable. She's always like crammed this in between the need to get rest and like her own 6 to 7 hour show directly afterwards, right? I'm really, really glad that she stuck with it for so long and like endured this for so long. So V's also going to take a step back from it. And obviously Blade won't be available to play at all. So that means that all of those player slots are open. We are keeping Maria. We're keeping Maria. She is still on board for Season 2. And I am otherwise currently in the process of finalizing our roster. We have already confirmed 2 really, really cool people. 2 people that you haven't seen on this channel before. How can I be more cryptic about this while giving you more hints about it? At least one of them is someone that Galondio follows, but honestly, that doesn't narrow it down. That man has like his follow list maxed. I am really fucking happy with the people that I've had on for board games so far, right? I've been so lucky to have so many cool people to hang out with, so many people that have decided to spend so much time. So it is really difficult for me to express how excited I am for this next set of people, because I don't want this to sound like, oh, we're upgrading. We're not, right? We're at best side grading, but we're also not downgrading. It's weird. We're side grading. We have some absolutely fantastic people lined up. The last slot is currently still, I'm still waiting on answers for the last slot, specifically one answer before I keep looking. And once our player numbers are finalized, we are going to be looking for a date to play. It's going to be a Saturday, as always. It's going to be at this time, right about now. And I'm hoping we can start as early as next month. I am hoping we get to start as early as next month. But as we are not full on our player numbers yet, as the last slot is still up, we are not looking at a specific date yet. One of the Saturdays next month. One of the Saturdays next month. Can't believe Hudson and Miko is going to join. Yes, correct. No confirmed date yet. And Hichi, good morning, Hichi. Hope you're doing well. Abandoning his old board game group for more popular pastures. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. No. No, please. No. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. She's an eye is joining board game night. Huh? Nah. I'm not going to tell you who we've got yet until everyone's there, because I want to announce everyone together. We're going to make like an infographic and shit for it, right? But I am really bloody excited. I am really, really excited for the group that we get to play with. I'm mildly starstruck in multiple places. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. I'm mildly starstruck in multiple places. It's going to be cool. Aeon Trespass, for those of you that don't know what Aeon Trespass is, we have another campaign-based long-form board game. But this time, instead of being survivors in the deepest pits of hell, we are dealing with a group of adventurers sailing aboard the Argo, which in this iteration is a gigantic city-sized ship instead of a small ship, sailing across the ocean, scouting islands, and fighting their way through heavily inspired Greek mythology while riding gigantic Titan flesh mechs into battle. Do I still have the screenshots? Hold up. I prepared screenshots for yesterday. I talked about this yesterday very briefly. Yeah, I still have them. Hold up. I still have them up. Yeah, we're going to go through these really quickly. So, behold the Argo. Don't worry about, like, those totally accurate sized fishing boats down there. Don't worry about those. Big ship. Very big ship. So this is where our players are going to be. This is what they are going to try to protect. They need this boat to not sink, and they need to maintain resources. They need to, like, develop facilities on board this, need to build new forges, new smithies, and overall progress tech, right? That is the overall goal. They're going to be riding this thing across the ocean, discovering new tiles, discovering new islands, new events, finding all sorts of things left, right, and center. Friendly things, other cities, horrible things, events. This is the time track sheet for it. You've seen the KDM one. This one is more complicated. This choice matrix thing is making me really anxious. Look at how much there is. There's another sheet on the left that I don't have a screenshot of right now that has, like, all the ship stats where, like, it can't take this much damage and all of that. This is fucking nifty, dude. This is really, really nifty. The icebreaker prow looks about as wide as the ship itself. I don't think there's a thread of icebergs. I don't think there's a thread of anything. I don't think this thing needs to, like, really worry about anything being in the way. It's more things that climb on top of it. Speaking of, this is the main game board. Speaking of things that climb on board of it, this is on board the Argo. And we see the first fight of the game already. This is what our players are going to be have to defend against starting out. This is a hackathon. Obviously heavily inspired by the hackathon series. Many hands wrestling pushing dude. You can see we're on, like, a grid-based system here, so it's kind of similar to KDM Combat. However, one thing that it has going for it, and I'm hyper excited for that, is it's a lot more cooperative than KDM Combat. One thing that's very common is leaving behind tokens. So you attack the enemy, you, like, leave their defenses open, or you tackle them down, and that leaves behind tokens that can be used by the person that comes directly after you. So a lot of it is maneuvering enemies into positions that can be exploited by your allies after you. And that has me really, really hyped, because KDM Combat, while being very brutal, which honestly this one looks like it's brutal as well, it oftentimes feels like you're kind of by yourself within your own action, right? Everyone's kind of playing by themselves. This one is not that. This one is highly cooperative, not just as in you are 4 people fighting together, but you're 4 people that need to cooperate and that need to coordinate. That's got me really excited. Here we have a closer look at some of the, like, first creature art. This is really bloody cool, dude. I don't know what any of this is yet. I know that this does damage to the Argo if he's not engaged correctly, and then eventually the Argo sinks, but I can't interpret any of this yet. I still have to play a couple of, like, test rounds for this to, like, really get used to the game and really know the rules so I can teach it to the other players, obviously. But there's a lot here. That now begs the question, if this man of many hands is the opponent, how are our players going to fight this? And this is kind of where Aeon Trespass really caught me, because the way that they fight this is like this. This is not one of the players. This, do you see the shape down there? Do you see this like little like human-sized shape down there? That's a human. This is not. Players are going to be playing as pilots, and they're piloting these titans that they find out in the wild, that they have to capture out in the wilderness. They have to capture, equip, and train them. And they're equipped with these like mind control helmets. And that is how our players use these flesh titans in order to fight these creatures. When you see this icon down here, that's a titan. That's not a person. That is a titan fighting them. So, huge. I'm really bloody excited about this. This stuff is just really bloody cool. At the start of the game, you don't know how to equip them, right? Like, you can't really make giant swords or giant pieces of armor. But you can make boats. So, the way that you equip your titans at the start is you take a boat, you break it in half, fill one half with rocks, and go like, let's make it a shield, baby. Fuck it. Like, I love that idea so much. We cannot make a rod of metal, but we can make really, really complicated seafaring vessels. If we make one of those and then deconstruct it, huh. And last but not least, the last thing that I want to talk about, I talked about this yesterday as well, is the damage system in this. This has all of the hype moments, honestly. So you see like the lines here, right? Like 1 to 3 is like a small injury, right? When you take a small injury, you draw a card from the small injury deck. And on that card, it will say either something that's very, very minor, like a minor debuff, you stumble backwards a tile or something like that. Or there can be a minor advantage. You took an injury and that has left the enemy open, right? Like they're busy like pummeling you, so now an ally gets an advantage because the enemy is distracted. Right, like you're literally tanking the blow in order to like open up the enemy. As you take more and more damage, you move from the small injury deck to the medium injury deck, which has bigger debuffs. You're bleeding more profusely, but it also has bigger opportunities within it. And once again, as you take more damage, now you move to like the serious injuries. But the serious injuries also have serious buffs in it. Risk and reward upgrades over time as you progress the fight. And all of that goes until you reach the last stage. The last deck isn't called an injury deck anymore. It's called the obol deck. If you know what an obol deck, what an obol is, it's a coin that historically, religiously was given to the ferrymen of the dead in order to ferry you across the river. So the obol deck contains 2 cards. You live or you die. And that's it. You flip a coin. You literally flip that coin. But you need to make it get to there first, right? Like you can obviously play it safer. You don't have to be damaged. There's a lot of counterplay. How thick is the rulebook? Very, Yane, very. I am super excited for this. So this is our new project. This is the new game for VTuber Board Game Night. We are going to be playing Aeon Trespass. I am really, really, really excited for this. It's going to be hella cool. There's a lot of lore to this. And there are a lot of sections to this. It's an entirely new game. I've not played this properly yet either. So it's going to be everyone learning it together. I know that none of my players have played it either, so it's going to be 5 idiots in the dark. I can't wait. All right, so that's it for the main announcement. VTuber Board Game Night Season 2, hopefully kicking off next month. If not next month, if you can't make next month, it's the month afterwards, but we're working on it. Coming soon. Earthborn Rangers is going to continue as normal. So is Primal. Primal is also continuing just as before, completely separate. We've got 3 board games going once more. All right. Quick sip. The sip has been taken. And then let's talk some UMA, shall we? Shall we talk some UMA? I'm very board game brained right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very, very board game brained. Setting this up and getting to play this. I can't believe that there are still people that agree to be on this stupid show. I cannot believe that there are still people that agree to be on this dog shit show. Like, honestly. You'd think after 3 different KDM campaigns, Earthborn Ranger, Primal, like what else have we played on this godforsaken installment of Karen I Yaps at the Internet? What else? Like after all of this, there are still people that agree to like appear. Warhammer 40k. Okay, honestly, Crusade League is an actual reason for why people shouldn't agree to come on this show. I'm still not happy with that ended, and it's entirely my fault, by the way. Like that's entirely my fault. That didn't go well. It's glorious. You guys are fun. I hope so. I hope so. I know that every single person that I invite to play is someone that I fervently believe is worth your time and support. That will always be the case. I'm not inviting people because of their viewer numbers. I'm not inviting people because of their reputation. I'm not inviting people because of, I don't know, we're VTubers, so the size of their tits or something? I don't know. Whatever. I'm inviting people exclusively because I think they're fucking cool and I want you to see them. And for some reason, they keep saying yes. They keep saying yes. And this is why Care has never and will never invite me. Oh, come on. You're not a VTuber. You met them because I follow them? In this case, no. There's too many, Galondier. There's too many. All right, everybody. Let's go boot up some UMA. I have not been online in UMA today at all. I've been busy. So, let's kick this off, shall we? Woo! Plans for today. We've got 2 things to do. Well, we've got 3 things to do in UMA, maybe. We've got a couple of things to do in UMA, if I'm being entirely honest. Oh, first of all, it's a new week, so team ranking. Hold on, let me switch over. Let me switch over. Oh, I also turned it down mildly. I do need to turn it back up at least a little bit for stream. There we go. I traded kind of bit of Teo, but no medium S. Oh. Oh, no medium. I mean, do you need the medium S still, Hori? I would say, like, if you're still trying to prepare for finals for this CM, it's a bit late, huh? It's a shame, though. It's a shame that you missed on that. Only got into rank B finals with both accounts. One had been rank A, but I ran out of attempts, but at least I got the 2 wins needed. Hey, at least you didn't flank out Saraiden. You got into finals. You got into finals. So, the things I want to do today. First of all, I lost my train of thought. C4! I'll have to start streaming again with a model and not a PNG to... Not a pug? Wait, what? Huh? Oh, a PNG! No. PNG tubers are relevant. No, C4. I will always believe in PNG tubers being just as relevant. Look at, for example, Saturday's board game group, right? Furthen is also not a VTuber. Furthen is a lovely, long-time supporter of my stupid face and a great guy all around, honestly. And he's in there. Emmy on Earthborn at the moment is also currently a PNG tuber. Like, no. The expensive as fuck bullshit model does not define the virtual content creator, if you ask me. No. Fuck that barrier to entry. I do not believe in that. I do not believe in it. And hey, C4, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Is the ranking still going on? We do have one round of CMs today. Yes, that's what we're doing. So, the couple of things I want to do today. First of all, we need to trade really dirty shoes. I want to run my round 2, just to get that out of the way. We might be a bit fast about my round 2. I might not linger on all of that too much, but we've gotten some really cool races out of it. So I also just don't want to burn them, but I do want to run them. And then I want to talk about next month. I want to talk about next Champions Meet. And about what to expect from next Champions Meet. And I want to talk about why you might not want to fucking bother with it. No work today, so watching Twitch to play games. Hell yeah, C4! Enjoy your day off. I love those. I love those. Absolutely adore those random moments. So, to warm up, we're gonna, oh no, we're demoting again. Whatever shall I do? Thank you. I'll deal with that later. Is it just me? Anyone else out there that kind of doesn't give a shit about team trials once you've placed? Like, once you got a score where you know you're gonna stick around, anyone else find it really hard to, like, burn through them constantly? Because, man, team trials are fucking boring. I do not like that game mode. Should I ever train guts on a friendship? So while you're friendship training, you don't care what the button is, Hatchney. While you're busy building friendship, it's guts. Sure, that's fine. Dice Gambiting on my bottom monitor. Hell yes, Raiden. We're going back to Dice Gambit after CM is over. I can already tell you I'm probably restarting though. I'm probably restarting again. Reason being that we got a couple patches in that do not work retroactively. But that are actually impactful. Ryan Getter. So we're going to play extensive amounts of Dice Gambit come Thursday. But we will likely be restarting. It is such a good game. It is such a good game. Too many clicks for too little reward. I know that later on there is a patch that enables you to like kind of skip all of that clicking. You can like fast track through it, but we do not have that. We do not have access to that as of right now. I do the daily, yeah, exactly, Jimmy. I do the daily one, I click through the daily one and then, but I cannot be bothered with burning through my charges. Like, just no. Like, the mode itself is just, the fact that you can win and you don't get anything from it sometimes, like, you're not guaranteed to get any chests, you're not guaranteed to get any loot from it. It's just so unrewarding. Well, juice for team points. I wish I had carrot juice for actual stamina. If friendship equals true, then click. Exactly. Milo! Good morning! Someone's up early. Good morning, Milo. How you doing, friend? I was just talking about you. Hehehe. I just announced Season 2 for V2 Award in that. I've actually been up for 2.5 hours. Are you okay? Everything alright? The Roomba! Nah, I announced Season 2 for V2 Award Game Night, that's all. Are we in a... Wait, Brian? Hold up. Can we break through? We can break through, right? We're not hopelessly lost. unfortunately, I have learned what this unique is. Show of hands, Duckling, show of hands. Who in chat doesn't know the actual Narita Bryan IRL horse? Who here doesn't know the lore for the actual Narita Bryan IRL horse? Because I'm about to teach you the actual Narita Bryan IRL lore. And you're going to think so much less of her after you hear it. So much less. She's so badass, and she also isn't. You see this little white fluffy thing there? This thing around her collar? Down there? That is a thing that the actual Narita Bryan, a legendary horse, right? Legendary IRL horse, huge in the racing circuit, won a shit ton of stuff. One of the, like, all-time most legendary horses. However, he had a couple of issues. A couple of issues. One of the issues is that he was afraid of his own fucking shadow. Literally afraid of his own shadow. So what they did was they took this thing here and put it over his, what is that called? Like over his snout? What is that called on a horse? And it was a way for him to no longer be able to see his own shadow. It's called a shadow break. Now, the astute amongst you might realize that her ult is called Shadow Break, and she punches the shadows. And that is considerably less badass now. Considerably less badass now. One of the greatest horses in modern JP racing history, afraid of his own shadow. I love the fact that that little, like, bit is still, like, in her design, right? I love the quirk of it. I love the narrative. I love that that's all integrated. Later in Narita Bryan's career, he started kind of getting over the issue, but they kept on the little, like, break thing as, like, his signature racewear, right? And also beat Mayano? Correct. But the lore, dude. The absolute lore. Horse lore is fantastic. Start to smashing her own shadow in the old anime? That's exactly what it is, Milo. That's exactly what it is. Is Kay afraid of Naruto's shadow? Nah. Naruto falls under the concept of, like, tough woman that could kill me. But, like, she's small, right? Hold up. Hold up. Let's burn through these real quick, and then I need to check how tall this horse is. Like, most of them are very, very small. You go with the wolf cut to beat me to death. Listen. That kind of depends on what a wolf cut is. Hold up. What does that actually look like? I'm googling that right now. Ah, yeah, no, okay. Yeah, okay. Understandable. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I can get along with that. Still in love lore, and that horse and jockey scare me. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a deeply, how do I put this? For those of you that don't know Still in Love lore, that's a deeply inbred horse and a deeply mentally unwell jockey. And I'm gonna leave it at that. They're basically stylish mullets. Don't put it like that. Come on, that's unkind, Sarain. That's unkind. There's a clip where someone says that in chat and the streamer responds, no, you don't. You need universal healthcare. Don't get distracted. Milo, believe me, we have universal healthcare and we still don't have enough therapists to cover everyone, so that doesn't help. I've heard them be called mullets often. Rude. What? C4? What? So, first step of today. We're running at least one ticket for round 2. We're running at least one ticket. We're qualified for our finals. Everything's fine. We're chilling. But we're getting at least one of these in. And then, afterwards, or maybe even during it, I want to talk about next month. You going to A rank finals? Hell yeah, Dr. Ragans. Well done. Well done, well done. Sounds like you need fatter therapists there to cover more people. Wait, the hills of Alabama? Wait, C4, wait, what? Hold up, what? Huh? Elaborate? Third place, but I don't care. That's good enough. I'm gonna get third place too. Don't worry about it. Getting in is the big one. Teo! We're gonna fast track this slightly. Scary Golshi. Much scarier Oguri. With only one redshift. Sake! Why would you do that to your own Narita, Taishin? Wait! Did you not learn Sleeping Line? So, let me elaborate really quickly. Right now in Uma Musume, there isn't much in terms of like team synergy, right? There isn't a lot going on where like one horse benefits another horse. There's debuffers helping your aces win by them just slowing down everyone else, but there isn't really much in terms of counterplay and in terms of support play styles, right? However, this right here, Haru Urara Narita Taishin, is the anti-combo. Why? Sleeping Line works the following. You draw a line from the first horse to the last horse, okay? One line from the first horse to the last horse. And then you see where on this line Narita Taishin is. If she's in the back 25%, Sleeping Line triggers. If she's in the front 25%, if she's in the front 75%, it can't trigger. Okay? Haru Urara is so slow that that line becomes gigantic, and there is no way that Narita can ever be in the last 25%. So, Haru kills Sleeping Lion, universally. Which means you should never bring these two together. This does not work. You are tripping your own ace. This person has found the single anti-synergy. The one single anti-synergy in this entire game. Why would anyone bring Haru to a turf race? Because Front Haru, which is what this is, has a couple of advantages, Dr. Ragans. First of all, Front Haru means that there's no one that gets lucky pace. Second of all, Front Haru means that the entire team is going to build around her being the pace setter. The entire race is going to massively slow down, which means that your team, as well as everyone else as well, is going to use less stamina. It's an attempt to win on your other stats, even though this person has bad other stats. This is a dog shit team, dude. They have two very good Umas, and then they just sabotage themselves with this. They heard this from a random fucking content creator, but either didn't listen to why you would do this, or didn't think about it. Fucking stupid. And there's the Narita Taishin, there's my Narita Brian, and then there's a Natty with all debuffs. Okay. With the reviews in next CM where Taishin was said to be a favorite, absolutely Dakagi. Oh, a duck! Fuck yeah. Absolutely. Haru next CM, you're gonna expect a bunch of frontrunner Haru. So first of all, there is a couple of reasons why frontrunner Haru is going to pop up next CM. A, people do not have enough stamina, so frontrunner Haru slows you down, therefore reduces your stamina output, which means you can live on less stamina. You also enable your opponents to do that, so it's but okay. B, Narita Taishin is the second favorite horse in next CM. There is one that is stronger than Taishin. I think there's one that is much stronger than Taishin. But you bring two aces anyway, so yeah, Taishin plus that other mystery horse that we're going to talk about later. It's Gold Ship. Why am I being a YouTuber about this? I can just fucking tell you, we're live streaming. The other big scary horse is Gold Ship. What the fuck am I doing with my... I haven't slept, forgive me. I'm being cryptic for no reason. And C, and I'm gonna be cynic about this. C is because talking about frontrunner Haru is an easy talking point to make videos and live content off of. So frontrunner Haru, despite the fact that it's a dogshit idea, is going to get 200 videos made about her before next CM, which means people are going to think it's a good idea. Because it's going to be fed to them by content creators that have nothing better to do. Set the content creator that has nothing better to do than talk about frontrunner Haru. In reality, you can frontrun Haru, make two random aces, pray, and if I'm being honest with you, it might be one of the only good ways to participate in next CM if you're not a whale, because next CM is purely a whale territory. We're going to spoil that immediately. I want to talk about next CM a bit later after I've run this ticket, but
What?
Gemini CM is whale territory. C4! Did you just give my bot 6 months of... What the hell? C4, what the hell? Thank you! What the fuck? Oh god. Thank you so much. That is very generous of you. Whale territory in what way? I'm a tourist sending explanations. You're gonna get explanations. I just don't want to talk about it right now because I want to do this first, Bildery. If I'm going to explain this right now, then that's what we're doing for the next hour, and I want to do this first. Sorry, like, I'm pushing this back. I don't want to talk about this shit yet. But I will. We'll explain. We'll explain. We'll talk about the entirety of it once we get there. But one thing after another. Let's get this ticket going. And then after first ticket, we'll look at CM. We'll look at Gemini CM, and then we will explain once you all like and subscribe. No. Engagement bait. Yeah, we need to keep the watch time going, huh? Everyone, sound off in the chat how you feel about this. More. Now, we did what's your favorite pizza topping yesterday. That was enough engagement bait, dude. Now, I need to keep like somewhat of a roster, otherwise I'm just gonna get confused. Just enough fumes for that? No. Wait, fumes? God, this already looks awful. This Teo in front of us? Nice wit check, idiot. That was just a rush Teo, no? What is with the trades? Hold up, like, the pace trades are insane. What the hell? There's usually not that much movement within the pace pack. Here's Golshi. Our Golshi's not on the outside lane, though. Oh no, never mind. I'm wrong. I'm just wrong about that today. Golshi in 4th. Instantly setting up. My god. There's Slipstream triggering off of the Teo in front. But we have an enemy Golchi in a much... Oh no, that's my Golchi, never mind. Punch Shadow. Here we go. Alright. Brian. Don't let Rudolph take this from you. Never mind, Golchi's gonna steal it away from you. There is an enemy Golchi behind us. Luckily, the Oguri got completely screwed. I'm worried about Narita Taishin, but Narita Taishin doesn't really work here. Encroaching Shadow does not have a good straight to activate here before the acceleration phase is kind of over. So Taishin is a really weird choice for the CM. But we're Oshi racing, right? So whatever. You don't need to pick the effective horses, you need to pick the horses that you like to train. I go to Super Creek, so that's something. Wait. You just pulled the card, Milo? What happened? Is Vodka Ultimate any good? Vodka's Ultimate is fine. I don't like how late it activates Effort. I also don't think it's good to inherit. Your Golchi and enemy Golchi are not mutually exclusive statements. That is very true, Effort. Sometimes the aggression comes from inside the house. Frab, hello. Frab, not much Divine Might here. Our Rudolph, for the first time in a long time, failing to steal the win. I was just doing my daily pay pull on out. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, the Super Creek is still a good pull. You do need her at 3-star for her to, like, really shine. Same with Agnes Tachyon, right? Tachyon has the same problem. Oh, driving shooter game. Gotcha, C4. Gotcha. Sorry, like the FPS and me, we're not familiar. I don't usually do FPS stuff. It's the cycle, right? Like I'm not good at FPS because I don't like them. I don't like them because I'm not good at them. So, okay, I just kind of like skipped through this. There's a Mayano. We haven't seen a Mayano Top Gun in a while. Also, this one's the favorite to win. Hold up. An Oguri? Redshift? Okay, this one's favorite for some godforsaken reason. That's a front Mayano. Specifically a front Mayano on Redshift. Okay, I can see why. Debuff Grass? Debuff Grass. Don't do this. This is such a bad idea. There's a Maruzensky with the... Yeah, of course, the double frontrunner setup. Their Natty? Is that a proper Natty? That's a proper... Oh, that's a proper nice nature. Love to see that after all the failures yesterday. Real quick check. Medium S, medium S. Okay, never mind. We're struggling here. This one's gonna be brutal. The Mayano player there has brought some... has brought, like, 3 very good horses. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just want to have a good time in Marvel Rivals, but to have a good time you need to be at least decent. Yeah, Marvel Rivals never interested me because, like, I'm not a Marvel person. But also because the first thing I saw of it was, like, non-parsable. It was just chaos, right? And I immediately went, okay, this is just too much shit going on at the same time. I don't care. Super Mecha Champions that shut down. I miss it so much, man. The only, like, shooter, quote-unquote, that I've ever really played and enjoyed. I mean, I've played a bunch, if you consider, like, Borderlands and stuff like this, like PvE stuff, right? Warframe is the only, like, long-term mainstay, like, shooter thing that I've really ever gotten attached to. Mayano, the girl that carried you to B finals. This one might legitimately just, like, shoot me in the leg here as well. The Maruzensky is also hyper scary. So, use 20 to get to 3-star. That's a good idea, Galondia. That's the same thing I did. I did the same thing. Is it good to have a Maruzensky plus a Gold Chirp, or is it best to choose have 2 front or 1 Gold Chirp plus pace? So, the answer to that is a bit convoluted. In general, you want a race to have 2 frontrunners at the moment. If you intend that frontrunner to do really well. They can do well alone, but because frontrunners have specific overtake AI, they really want another frontrunner to exist. However, that other frontrunner can be an enemy as well. It doesn't have to be your own. Additionally, there is a benefit to single frontrunners as well that prevents your opponent from getting lucky pacer or lucky setter. So even a single frontrunner isn't a waste, but they will not be as strong as they can be. We're screwed here. We're entirely screwed, by the way. This race is over. Golshi has never caught up to anyone. She's super stuck. Brian is not going to beat these two monsters in the front there. Then again, hold up. There's All-Seeing Eye. Rudolph? Oh, wait. No, we're not catching the Mayano. There's no world in which that happens. Oh, boy. Oh. No, this is over. In general, right now, I would run double frontrunners. Ryan, I would run... If I were to run a frontrunner, I'd run double. But, remember, we're catching up. We're not making it, but we're catching up slowly. If you run frontrunners, the problem that you'll always have is that you need to build groundwork, right? And setting up groundwork for more than one runner is a pain. It's bad enough for one person, let alone having to do it for two horses. Blah. Frontrunners right now are just in a really bad position. We don't have Seon Sky yet. Seon Sky is the de facto parent for frontrunners for all eternity. Seon Sky is still the de facto frontrunner on JP. That Mayano was stacked? I don't think the Mayano was all that stacked, honestly. The Mayano wasn't max speed, but they had medium S. That's the difference. They had medium S on both of their frontrunners, which is something that I didn't bring because we're just kind of running. I don't know, like, frontrunners right now have a problem. Once Seon Sky drops, this changes, right? Once we have Seon Sky, this changes a lot. Seon Unique being used for the next, like, 10 CM, except Sprint is wild. Yeah. Let's be honest, it's optimal for the next 10 CM-ish. You're still gonna bring it in everything else anyway. Am I excited about Wedding Mayan and Wedding Groove? No, not at all. I don't care. And hey, Chrono, how you doing? I don't care about them at all. Seon Sky. I'm pulling Seon Sky. But I'm not gonna pull Wedding Banner. We might do like dailies or something, but nah. When it comes to ranking up horse to 3-star, should I just wait for it to naturally happen from pulls, or should I try to force 1 or 2 to 3-star via statues? So statues aren't nearly as valuable as you might think. The value of a statue, we were lucky pace on Brian. The value of a statue is being able to get to 3-star. Stars after 3-star matter very little. And you can't use statues to get fragments for a horse you don't have yet anyway. Meaning, it's pretty safe to use your statues exactly for that purpose. In fact, that's kind of what they're there for. Yeah. Especially if you're looking at someone like Agnes Tachyon or Super Creek. Those two want their 3-star very, very badly to make their uniques worth anything. A bunch of other horses don't really care about their unique going to 3. Because the effect isn't all that much stronger. But in general, that's exactly what I'd be using statues for. Am I going to run Seon herself for CM though? I don't know about that one. Seon Morozensky is a very likely pairing, Hori. Seon Morozensky, but the problem with Seon Sky by herself is going to be that there's no good unique for her. The next CM is long. I know that, Chrono. That's... Water is wet indeed. Forks are found in the kitchen. Tenno Show to be exact. It's Kyoto. It's not the Tenno Show. It's Kyoto 3,200 meters. That enemy gold ship is going to eat our cereal. Come on. Come on, Brian! You just gotta hang on just a little longer. Brian, no! No! Fuck! Just a little longer. The end closer buffs there. The end closer. Typical Golshi behavior. Tenno length, but that's about it. I mean... Chrono had said 2 sentences without being wrong about something. Like... You know... Something had to give eventually, huh? Hey, Legend, how you doing? My cereal. My cereal. Alright. Goshi is part of Team Rocket, she would fit that naturally, yeah. Debuff grass, but like a blat. Like, don't do this. This is just not good. A Biwa! This is our first Biwa Hayahide. No stamina whatsoever. Also no skills whatsoever. I guess. Teo with no acceleration and also not enough stamina. Natty without all-seeing eye, so this is not a Natty. Another nice nature. This one's better. This one's much better. Much better. The medium S is very fucking funny. Agnes Attackion. Lone Wolf. Oh, that... Never mind, like the other two horses are bad, but this Agnes? That's quite something. Bit low on wit. Very low on wit indeed. Otherwise, cool Agnes. If you end a guest run, can you use the guest again? No, you cannot. You cannot. If you end the run, the guest is gone. Let's see this. That's a lot of debuffs, but not a lot of anything else. Brian not in a good position here. Stuck behind Agnes Tachyon as everyone's fighting for the front. Love to see that. Teo lucky pacer. Alright. Curvature. Can we see Maestro 1? Come on, Brian. Uh-oh. We missed Brian swinging Maestro. We got Golshis. But man, Goshi has failed to do anything the last two runs, huh? What is the most efficient way to end a career run while still having it count as completed for quests and such? Run into a fan threshold. And just like, don't get the fans for the threshold. Kensei, thank you for the hydrate. And you are the best duckling, Kensei. Anchors away. Let's hope Anchors away does something for once. Like, she's been really stuck the entire time. Been kind of a disgrace. But our entire team is in a pretty bad spot here. We're all very middling at the moment. U equals MA squared. Ugh. We're still going to be running into a lot of debuffs. Redshift shooting. That's all. Good Dominator. Shooting Redshift on Rudolph. Okay. Never mind, we're getting the Excel we want. And Golshi in first now. But not by a lot. That Teo is picking up pace. Straight away. No, both Brian and Rudolph are out. This is all gonna be Golshi or nothing. Yeah, there's straight away adept. Okay, never mind. Golshi! I was complaining about her not doing anything. She took that personally. Anyone excited about the wedding event in Uma? I'm excited for the event, but mostly because it's an event and something to do that isn't Champions Meet. Early in the most runs, you can create your own fan thresholds just by failing the fan supply race. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you just want to complete a race, if you just want to complete a campaign for the daily, you pick a horse that has fan requirements, like pick Haru, for example, right? You make Haru run her debut, which counts for the daily race to complete, and then you make her fail the fan requirement afterwards. Because her fan requirement is higher than her debut count can give her. If you want to be safe about it, bring cards without fan bonus. Free stuff? Yeah, exactly, Claire. I'm hoping for like some stamina pots, maybe? Or it takes 25 turns to get to it. Okay, run Ogre then. Speaking of Ogre. Ah. This one is asthma. Wait! That's the first Brian I see that isn't my own. Brother! That's a disgrace. Oh. Oh, what did you do to her? What did you do to her? That should be illegal. Oh, one of the people that think running random wit cards is viable unless you like. So, you will see a lot of high-end people run a wit card somewhere in their deck. There are reasons for that. Do not do this unless every single one of your little blue diamonds down here is filled. If you're not running MLB shit out of your ears, you can't afford to do this. This is whale territory. Don't randomly pick this up from big players. It's bad. It's flat out bad to do that. You cannot afford, like, I can't afford to do this. Do not. You get results like this. So the reason to do this, I can give you the reason as well. At a certain point, having an additional card in a stat doesn't really matter all that much anymore. Like, the difference in stamina between a 5-1 and a 5-2 Symboli Rudolph is kind of negligible. Like, the 5-1 still gets you to your 900 stamina, weirdly enough. So you might as well replace that card with a wit card. Why? Because it means that your wit training all of a sudden gives you much more energy and also just contributes more to your speed value. It's actually quite powerful. It is, however, not consistent at all. In order for this to be viable, you need your other cards to pull as much weight as possible in order to balance out the fact that this can fall over at the drop of a hat, right? So unless you can do that, don't. Especially not if you're running an unfinished event one, a Saturno Diamond that should have never been here to begin with. And like, that card isn't even MLB'd itself. That's a disgrace. That's an absolute disgrace. Man, the first Brian we see, and she's bad. No all-seeing eye. Opera! Oh. She has a sore throat. No acceleration either. Oguri? Can I please copy this group and play them tomorrow in my finals? Can I save this group for my finals tomorrow? No one's got acceleration? No one's got stamina? These are the people I want to play tomorrow. Well, there's only one chance tomorrow, but yeah, that's exactly what I want to do tomorrow. Brian Lucky Set. Okay, we've got Lucky Setter on top of that. That's just rude. This opera is the fat lady singing. No, poor opera. No. I should have saved my tickets until now. These lobbies, man. I mean, mind you, we've lost 2, right? Like, qualified for graded A? Nice, Drixel. Well done. Well done, well done. What if that's a pace Brian? If not, I don't know if spare is better than a sweep or King Halo. I mean, it is a pace Brian, right? Like, it needs to be a pace Brian. Brian late is alright, but I do not like her as a late. I like her as a pacer, like, quite considerably more. Pace right now is just very strong because of access to stamina. Maybe research more thoroughly. Ah, Drixel heard me, like, not knowing shit, and then went like, oh fine, I'll do my own research. I mean, I saw your horse in the viewer race, right? Like, you got some good stuff there. You had some good stuff. Try to make a pacer spare. Any tips? Yes. Pick a god and pray. No, the actual answer is... same thing as with all pacers. Rely on Gourmand as your second stamina skill. You're gonna be fine. Bring Swing Maestro. Go crazy. Pick a distance, Chrono. Pick a distance. You want to run her medium? You want to make her run late? That is what dictates your card choice in the end. Do we set what percentages of people get into each type of bracket? It's not percentage, really, Dragons. It's not percentage. I don't have that number. I'm sure there is a number. But this isn't graded on percentage. This isn't graded on curve, right? You got my third win for the quali. Nice. Hell yeah, well done. Is running a level 30 Tazuna viable? I mean, I don't think so, but I just want your opinion on boring SC MLB. I don't value Tazuna whatsoever, Legend. Like, whether that's level 30 or level 50 Tazuna, I don't like that card at all. I think at level 30, you really don't want to. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? Tazuna isn't a card that really helps your run get better. Tazuna is a card that helps your run become more consistent. Look at it like this. You have a bad run, you have a good run, you have a bad run, you have a bad run, you have a bad run, you have a good run, you have a bad run, you have a good run, a good run, a good run, a bad run, a good run. Tazuna, in theory, helps all of those runs go closer to the median. Right? Like you have an okay run, 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 you have a bad run, you have a good run, you have an okay run. That isn't overly helpful, because in order to make a really good horse, you need to luck out anyway. It's usually better to just bring a good card that in a everything has gone well scenario gives you a good horse, because the medium horses out of your okay runs, you're not going to be using those, right? So there's really no benefit to you having an okay run, except that it doesn't feel as defeating. And that's really all Tazuna does. That's really all she does. Blah. Only bring Tazuna if I really want concentration or more skill points than usual. Yeah, actually, good point, Strider. Very good point. Tazuna is also the only way that you currently have access to concentration if you're playing anyone that isn't Silent Suzuka. I still hold that that's not worth bringing her for, but it is noteworthy. It is absolutely noteworthy. I don't know. Like, I don't like Tazuna whatsoever. Alright. So, now that we've got that out of the way, you all want to talk about next month? You all want to hate life? Just get concentration from your parents? Kappa! Yeah, unfortunately, like, if only you could, huh? Hey, Njord, how you doing? If the next CM is well territory, would it be better spending my time trying to make 9-star parents? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. So, let me pull up the next Champions Meet so we can have a look at it together. So I can show you what we're talking about and everything. Papa Kyoto, 3,200 meters. There we go. All right. So, welcome to Kyoto 3,200 meters. Let's go talk through this track, shall we? Can I just zoom this in? Yes. Well, that was fun. There we go. So, let's talk through this track from start to finish, okay? From start to finish. We're beginning the race on a straight. Cool. Long straight, really good acceleration zone on a straight. Uphill, ending our early part of the race. Coloring is really weird here. Early mid. Oh, that's because we're on... Wait, this doesn't work. No, this doesn't work that way. There we go. Now, lap 1. Now it looks less shit. I was missing that control. Ah! It's underneath. Okay, noted. It's underneath. There we are. Found it again. So, we're starting on a really long straight. Uphill, uphill, first corner. First corner. So far, so good, right? Almost the entirety of our early race is on a straight. And like, then we're leading into a corner, finishing that portion of. Leading us into mid-race. Mid-race begins at a really dangerous point, if you ask me. Because mid-race begins on a downhill. That's a pretty long downhill until we finally go to even terrain again. So, downhill has the chance for you to like coast and accelerate, which is always interesting. We're going from a corner into a corner for a very, very long time until we hit the first straight. We're now decidedly in mid-race. Pretty long straight, corner. This is where Swinging Maestro is going to trigger. This is Swinging Maestro. As well as Professor of Curvature. So we're going to be using Curvature for positioning here. Into a corner. Into round 2. Second lap. Once again. Same straight. Uphill, uphill. And then it begins. Then it begins. The reason why this track is a nightmare is this right here. This shit right here. The last leg of the race begins 1067 meters before the end. And it begins on a straight. Not only does it begin on a straight, the next corner is not the final corner. So any late skill that triggers on final corner isn't going to trigger until here. One thing that we need to talk about in UMA, and I'm glad we're seeing like a lot of people talk about this more and more now, which is really, really cool. Like a lot of knowledgeable people have been chiming in on this as well. One thing that you need to look out for every single race is the beginning of late. At the beginning of late, there is a stretch here. This is where you want your acceleration to happen. This is where you want your acceleration to happen. So you're looking for skills that trigger in this condition. Right now, the skills we have for acceleration... What are the skills we have for acceleration? Let's have a look. What are the typical skills we use for acceleration? Redshift. That's the big one, right? Final corner. Redshift triggers here at the earliest. That's really late. By that point, everyone else has run past you already. You do not need to accelerate anymore. You're already at your top speed, hopefully. Redshift does not work on Kyoto 3200. So you might say, hey, shooting for victory. I can't type. Final corner or later. Same problem. Shooting for victory doesn't work here either. And that is our two best unique skills in the game out of the window. They do not work. Iron. Let's go pump some iron. Phase 2. If you're on a corner. Now, this is this corner. And not the final corner. So there is a corner here. But that is also pretty late. Is that unprecedented at the moment? It's unprecedented in a scenario where it matters. Yeah, Buildry. So Iron, outside of needing you to be in 6th place specifically to trigger, is also happening really, really late already. It's not happening as late as the others. This is slightly less dead. But this is also not worth having. So we're going to have to ask ourselves the question. If we can't rely on our corners, what do we have? We have an uphill and we have a straight. What skill exists in the game that triggers late on a straight and gives us acceleration? And there is one. There's exactly one. Would 77777 be a good stam skill here? It's never a good stam skill, Brights, because it's only a gray stam skill. Gray stam skills are just usually not worth it. They're okay to take, but you cannot rely on them. The reason why 777 becomes powerful later is exactly because Christmas Augury exists. It's not because the skill is good, it's because it's a consistent trigger point to trigger her unique that requires you to trigger 3 separate stamina recovery skills. So, there's exactly one skill called Straightaway Spurt. Slightly increase acceleration on a straight in the last spurt. End closer only. This is, and I shit you not, the only acceleration skill we have access to. The only one that we can fire reliably. Hori is bringing up on your left. That's a good point to bring up. On your left is late. Randomly within late. Yeah, no. That's dog shit. That's absolute dog shit. So in reality, we're left with exactly Straightaway Spurt. Now, Straightaway Spurt has a kind of a weird little quirk. There's like a tiny, tiny quirk to it. You might realize that this is one skill and it's gray. Except that we did just get the big version of it. 2 banners ago, they did give us the gold version. We're making an end closer with on your left. You see this late surger part here? On your left, Brights? If you make an end closer with on your left, I'm going to laugh at you. No, like, let's not be that harsh. No, it doesn't at all. So on your left has many, 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 many problems, Brights. This is not a reliable skill. This is not even a good skill. You cannot, like, this is not an option. I promise you. If you're running Grass Wander, you're picking this up because it's like hers. You're never running Ticket. You're not running this card. If you're running Grass, you're picking up on your left, but you cannot rely on this. It's awful. Anyway, so back to Spurt. We did just get the big version of Straightaway Spurt, and it's exactly available on Narita Taishin, and Narita Taishin only. That means there is one horse in this CM that has access to good acceleration. Exactly one. Did you pull the Naruto Taishin, chat? Did you pull one? Luckily, there's a couple of other things. This is not the end. I'm being dramatic about it. No, because everyone said skip her. Because pulling a horse for one champion's meet is kind of stupid. A simple math question. Spend 30,000 to gain 2,000. Worth it? Of course not, right? So luckily, there is an option. The option is Gold Chip. Gold Chip might not be able to get Encroaching Shadow, but you can give a Straightaway Spurt. Straightaway Spurt is available on Hishi Amazon, which is an okay card to bring. You can inherit this from a parent. You can actually inherit this from a lot of things. In fact, it turns out I very, very randomly... That's the wrong button, Karen. I very, very randomly... made this idiot. This was my first Naruto Taishin I made. And it turns out, she does have Straightaway Spurt 2 stars. She does have 2 stars and Closer. Ignore the miles. And she is a 9-star. The 9-star is Power, Stamina, Speed, which is not entirely optimal. But we're going to talk about that in a minute as well, because this is a bigger problem than you might think. This one's not that bad. It's not that great either. A Nimble Navigator, by the way, is going to be funny this CM as well, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, Straightaway Spurt itself is relatively accessible. He/She Emma is going to be fine. Here's the problem. You do not have the option to bring He/She Amazon on your ace. You cannot do this. Your ace is going to be under a stamina requirement that is unholy. That is absolutely unholy. It's not 1 CM, there are 3 with 3,200. This is not a problem that is going to last that long, Jimmy. This is a problem that eventually alleviates itself. So, this is the first reason why this CM is harsh. And I'm going to be honest with you here. Like, I'm going to drop the jokes for a second. I'm not funny to begin with, but I'm going to drop the jokes for a minute. Gemini CM is not friendly territory. Gemini CM is going to be hard for me. Gemini CM is going to be hard for the whale audience. Gemini CM, Kyoto 3,200 meter, is whale territory. It is unkind to anyone that cannot field MLB or close to MLB decks, or has a lot of time to prepare. It is going to be 3 weeks until Gemini CM, meaning none of us have that time. We all saw the Teo yesterday, right? Like, let's bring up the Teo again for the rallying cry. This is a Teo that can totally run this, and this deck is dog shit. This is one of the highest high rolls I've ever did see. Cool. But we don't have the time for it. Here's the problem. Not only do we not have access to good acceleration outside of Straightaway Spurt, only Gold Chip and Naruto Taishin, we're also going to be running 3,200 meters. For 3,200 meters, you need not 1,000 stamina, not 1,200 stamina, not 1,400 stamina. No, you want 1,700 something stamina? The astute amongst you will realize that 1,200 is currently the maximum that you can have. Meaning, we need to supplement this with stamina skills, once again. The absolute minimum that you need to bring, and I mean this as the absolute minimum, not 1 point less, is max stamina, 1,200, and 2 good recovery skills. Minimum. 2 good recovery skills. The once again astute amongst you might realize that there are no good recovery skills. So what are we left with? What are we left with? Nope. Sad, but yes. Nope. Nope. Cooldown is an option. I don't want it to be an option, but cooldown is an option. Go Home Specialist on Gold Chip specifically is an option. Thank fuck for that. Go more for Pacers as always. No, 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 no. Race Planner, wonderful skill. No. No, no. The thing that is going to cause me to lose sleep. Obviously, Swinging Maestro is your one that you bring always. This is the first one that you take. And Trackblazer's out, because this is a medium skill. Unruffled sucks as well. You will have noticed there isn't much to go for. Which means right now the plan is Swinging Maestro, cooldown. This isn't great. This isn't great at all. Yesterday, I kind of YOLO'd this run. This run went very badly. Very, very badly. For those of you, like, I think Hori was on Discord. Claire was there as well. Like, you saw this run yesterday. This was an awful run. These are the 4 skills I'm bringing, and that's it. Inherit Tachyon's recovery? No. No. Hold up, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm going to be running this, and I'm going to pray to fucking God. These sets aren't enough. So, you need 1,200 stamina. Done. You have to. On top of that, for the first time ever, I'm going to tell you that you need 400 guts. You need 400 guts on top. We keep saying guts doesn't matter. We keep saying instead of getting more guts, get more stamina. But right now, you cannot get more stamina. That means we need to find the next best lever to pull. And unfortunately, that next best lever is guts. Sucks, but get 400 guts. After 400, guts drops off really, really badly. Before it, like, it's okay. Like, almost guaranteed costs so much stamina training. Hopefully, Kimmy, hopefully. I have horses that max stamina that are sitting on like 320 guts. So it's not entirely guaranteed, but hopefully that's what you get, yeah. Hopefully. Do not bring guts cards. You cannot afford to bring guts cards. I'll show you the deck that I'm going to be bringing. Okay, I'll show you the deck that I'm going to be bringing. This is my deck. This is what I'm going to be running. Hida, Sweep, Aishin, probably run King Halo instead. Bring your best speed cards. I only have a 2LB Medro McQueen. I have been slacking on changing dirty shoes. And it is going to bite me in the ass. In another 5 days from now, I can get the next one. This card is how you get cooldown. While she is not a good stamina trainer, that's where you get your cooldown from. So good luck, everyone. Another funny you can take, instead of Maya no Top Gun, you can bring something like Manhattan Cafe. Very, very good card. Also has access to Stamina Eater, which is going to be fucking funny on this. I just bought MLB McQueen. Feels bad. What do you mean? Why would that feel bad? Like, bring the card. Great. I'm glad you have it. Stamina Eater is also a recovery cope. I've seen some people bring it up. So, Stamina Eater, you do not bring this for your recovery. Let's look at Stamina Eater real quick to, like, get this out of the way. Because Kimmy is right. Kimmy is right. Am I stupid? Oh, I'm on. There we go. Stamina Eater. Very slightly steal endurance from runners ahead when positioned towards the back mid-race. So this targets the next 5 Umas in front of you. And then drains them by 0.005. So 0.5%. This is half a percent of stamina. And it heals you by 1.5%. This is the same worth as a Grey recovery skill. You might have heard me say this already, I do not value Grey recovery skills. Why do I not value Grey recovery skills? Because Grey recovery is 1.5%, Gold recovery is 5.5%. That is 3.6 times the amount, while only being twice the price. Gold recovery skills are your best friend. Grey stamina skills are too expensive. It's not that they're not good. It is not that they're not good. We do not have enough skill points. You're already fucked for skill points as is. So being able to like fiddle multiple Grey skills in there is just too much. That's the problem. So that neatly brings us to talking about Agnes Tachyon. And also Super Creek. Same applies. Same applies here. You might consider, hey, if I can't find good recovery skills, U equals MA squared is a sick recovery skill, right? Like, that's 5.5%. That's like a gold skill. Remember, when you inherit these bastards, they downgrade. Super Creek, as well as Agnes Tachyon's unique, downgrade to the strength of a gray skill. However, they cost 200. That is way too expensive. What you can do instead is to just bring Agnes. Just bring Agnes. Choose happiness. Agnes Tachyon has a couple of advantages. First of all, Race Planner is a stamina skill. Second of all, U equals MH squared is a stamina skill. Third of all, you just give a Swinging Maestro and you're done. Additional advantage, this is a guaranteed trigger. You do not need to wit check for this to trigger. Bring Agnes. Same for Super Creek. Bring Super Creek. Both of these are going to be incredibly easy to train for stamina. Agnes has the advantage of actually being a cool horse, so you can give her some level of speed. But you do need to make her work on long first. Also, if your Agnes is not 3 stars, I'm sorry, your Agnes does not run. Introduction to Physiology is not good enough. It's 3.5%, that's cool, but you probably don't want to rely on that. You probably don't want to rely on that. Agnes as well as Creek are both options, but they need to be 3. Creek has the advantage of Goo Goo Babies. Creek has the disadvantage of having a stupid purse. No, Link. No violence against horses. No. None of that. However, and next disclaimer, by the way, next disclaimer, both of them, Agnes Tachyon as well as Super Creek, both need to be potential 5. Do not attempt this unless they're pot 5. Super Creek gets Swinging Maestro, Tachyon gets Race Planner. Tachyon probably easier to get running, by the way, because Super Creek card. So, good luck. Tacky is great. Now, we've just looked at it. We've just looked at it. But, Gold Chip. If you manage to give Gold Chip straightaway Spurt, which we've already established is not all that difficult, right? Shouldn't be all that difficult. Why not get Swing on Tax so it's cheaper? You get Swing on Tax. Right, sorry. Let me be clear. You get Swinging Maestro on everyone. This is non-debatable. 1200 stamina, Swinging Maestro, 1 more stamina skill, maybe even 2 more stamina skills. This is the baseline. I'm also not going to tell you that you need to be breathing and have a pulse to run in this Champions Meet. That's because I expect that you know that already. Swinging Maestro is the basic bottom line. It's the lowest bar you need to cross. And then there is some really, really high bars to cross afterwards. You don't bring Swinging Maestro, you're dead. Sorry, that's it. That's it. Just do Uma and Swinging on Tack instead of Race Planner so it's cheaper. Okay, so in the current Champions Meet Brides, 1 gold stamina skill is enough to get you where you need to be. Right? 850 plus 1 is technically enough. The reason why we bring 3 stamina skills is because you don't have 800 wit. These skills will have at best an 80% chance to activate. Probably not even that, because we're sacrificing every stat point for stamina. That means, let's assume we have 300 wit. That's a 70% chance to activate. Any race in which your Swinging Maestro does not activate and you only get the U equals MA squared, you are now dead. Because you need to activate 2 minimum in order to survive. That is why we bring a 3rd one to run backup. In case the first generator explodes. In case magically U equals MA squared doesn't trigger because of positional stuff. In case Swinging Maestro just doesn't work. we run a backup. That is almost mandatory. But I want to Gamba. This isn't happening. If you go to Japanese forums for this time, you will see that people complain about this CM to no end. This is the whale CM. This one is unrunnable. Don't bother with it. You don't even try. Just do something else. This CM is not player friendly. There is no wiggle room here. You've heard me say like, you need this, you need this, you need this. Non-debatable requirements. This CM is fucking harsh. Anyway. Gold Chip. Gold Chip is the other horse that's going to be insane here. If you don't have Narita Taishin, or if you don't want to run Taishin, or you already running Taishin and you also want to run Gold Chip, that's what I'm going to be doing. Gold Chip anchors away is incredibly powerful here. Incredibly powerful. Why? Because this bitch lasts 6 seconds. On a 3,200 meter course, this is 19 point go fuck yourself seconds of 0.25 more target speed. That is almost 20 seconds of mid-race velocity. That is an unholy amount of mid-race velocity. This is really good. On top of that, you have your own stamina recovery skill, obviously. So, Swinging Master, Go Home Specialist, cooldown. Why does it go to 19 seconds? I don't get it. Because all of these skills, if you look at a skill here, let's look at Anchors Away. Whenever you look at a skill, you'll see that this says base duration Lotus. The base duration of a skill is multiplied by the length of a race divided by 1,000. So, because this is 3,200. Calculator. Oop. 6 times 3.2. 19.2 seconds. That's it. That is it. This is the reason why this is noteworthy is because there's barely a skill that lasts for 6 seconds in the game. Most uniques last for 5. Or 4 when they deal with acceleration. Golshis is a longer lasting one to begin with. 6 seconds is an exception. And it just so happens that this is a skill that massively benefits from being active longer. Because you get to carry this shit into the end zone. You get to carry this into late race, almost guaranteed. That means not only do you play a character that has access to one of the only acceleration skills this champions meet that exists, you're also playing someone that starts at a higher velocity than everyone else. Thoughts on Nimble Navigator? Nimble Navigator is one of my talking points for this. So, I'm going to finish out Gold Chip real quick, Kimmy, and then we're getting to Nimble Navigator. Golshi is available. You can run it on 2 stars. Warning Shot is fine. This isn't quite as powerful as Anchors Away, but the difference is 0.1. Warning Shot is okay. Not ideal. But we're not talking about ideal. The only reason you're listening to me is because you know, like, that it's not ideal, right? Like, Gold Chip is very easily accessible. You've already have some experience with her from like the Golshi event and from from this Champions Meet. Go train a Golshi. However, do me a favor. Like, do me a personal favor. This isn't even like do yourself a favor. This is do me a personal favor. I know you don't know me. We've never met. Some of you I'm seeing for the first time today. Some of you are seeing me for the first time today. However, I demand this personal favor. Stop teaching them this shit. Please. Please, I beg of you. I am on my knees. Stop learning this dog shit skill. You're just hurting yourself. You're just hurting yourself. For any Golshi that I see in the next Champions Meet that learns Coast is Clear, I'm going to take a shot of the highest concentrated alcohol I can find. I'm going to write down the name of every single trainer that is bringing Coasters Clear on their Golchi in the next Champions Meet. And that name is going straight into my manifesto. Under the category Reasons Why. No, jokes aside. Don't bring this. Coasters Clear is an awful skill that does nothing. Every skill with this symbol right now is dead. Do not bring these. Vision skills do nothing. I told you to see widely. Hold up. I mean, you know, can we just keep on screen for the next one? You know what? Yeah, like, why isn't she on screen? Now she is. There. Why is she not attached to my VTuber model? That's what I should be asking. God, I'm an awful VTuber. Yeah, please stop teaching her that. But Golchi is a pretty easy, accessible way to do this. On top of this, there's another advantage. Golchi has 20% stamina growth. This makes her pretty chill to train. So let me sum this up. 1,200 stamina. Swinging Maestro. 1, if you can, 2 more gold skills. That's the minimum requirement. That means that it's going to be very difficult to go to maximum speed, if not impossible. Get as much speed as you can. If I'm being honest with you, make something like this and call it a day. I'm gonna try a bit harder because I know I can get a 12-12. This run imploded on so many levels. We had 7 different days with no rainbows at all, just raw. We had 2 additional races. We had no cure for practice poor on her own event. We had no good piles. We had 2 injuries and 1 sickness. And despite all of this, she got there. Like, I can get 12-12, I know this. But just make like a 900-1200. Call it a day. You even ran McQueen for this. The reason for that is weird, but yes. There is no good uniques. That's the reason, really, Ghostry. Mackie, DDC, do not underestimate Duty of Dignity calls. Do not underestimate this shit. This is actually a pretty good unique. The real reason I'm running her is I just kind of made her. Ignore this 1 power. These are both 3 stamina. This is 9-star stamina, this is 6-star stamina, this is, ignore this, but too long, and DDC. And I'm also not too sad about the corner recovery they're popping up, just to make that cheaper. Oh, the card, you have to. The reason why you run this card is for cooldown. That's my other stamina recovery skill. There are no good skills. We're going sleeping, lying, swinging, cooldown. Yes, Demeter, exactly. It's a thing. She's awful to train with. Absolutely awful to train with. And mine's only 2 LB because I've been slacking like hell. Hopefully you've done better than me. But that's what I'm going to be running. This is, in fact, what you're seeing here. This here is exactly my setup. These parents. That's not going to change. These cards. Very unlikely to change. This is what I'm running. This is what I'm going to be training on. The Golchi is going to be trained on the same shit. The Golchi is going to be trained on the exact same shit. Exception may be that the Medjuro might be exchanged for that for the other Narita Taishin as a parent to get straight away. So, from what I've already told you, that leads us to one very, very simple conclusion, right? Goldship's going to be everywhere. Golchi in current CM is very powerful, and she is everywhere. From high spenders to no spenders, from casuals to sweats, everyone's bringing Golchi. you can bet your fucking ass that on the CM that's harder, where Golchi's even better, more people are gonna bring her there. The amount of Ents next CM is going to block out the goddamn sun. So Kimmy brought this up earlier. Nimble Navigator. Nimble Navigator says, slight increased maneuverability when the way ahead is blocked in the last spurt. I've been very vocal about this skill in the past, and I'm going to remain very vocal about this. I believe this skill is 90% of the time absolute fucking trash. I strongly believe this skill sucks in any normal race. Why? Because blocked front continue time 1, over 1 second of blocked time in front of you during the last spurt. So anytime here, if you're blocked in front of you for longer than a second, you get 0.2 acceleration, which is supposed to exist in order to allow you to regain your actual top speed, because you've been arguably slowed down in front of you, and some lane movement speed. Now here's the problem. Lane movement speed right now is worthless. Lane movement speed at the moment does basically nothing. Why? Because if your Uma gains lane movement speed, it doesn't mean that she's actually going to change lanes. You can gain more lane movement speed without moving. You can be moving without more lane movement speed. We do not have the overtake mechanic that needs to get attached to this. This is a later patch, much later in the game's life cycle. First year, first 1.5 year, one of these things. In other words, if you get blocked in the last spurt, you're fucking dead. That's it. There is nothing that helps anymore. Either Yuma gets out and then you die because your acceleration has been killed, or you do not get out and you die because you're stuck behind someone. Nimble Navigator, on average, does not change this. Except that right now, lightning's striking twice. We are on a hyper long course where the last spurt is a pretty long fucking distance. Like, math? 512 meters. That's a pretty long distance. Roughly. Plus minus a couple points. And we're in a meta where people are going to be drowning in enclosures. For once in this skill's miserable life, I'm pretty sure this is worth taking. I'm pretty sure this is worth taking. If you're exactly running encloser. If you're exactly running an encloser. I'm going to be bringing this on Taishin. You can get it from my Iono Top Gun, which you're likely going to be running anyway. If you are one of the lucky people with too many Xeno Rob Roys, then good on you. I still haven't pulled cards since she released, so I don't have any. She's also on Fine Motion, but you cannot bring Fine Motion to this. But the skill's pretty widely available. It's also not too expensive. 150 base cost is fine. Yeah, I'm going to be learning it if I have it. But please keep in mind, this is specifically right now because there's two things that are lining up. This is the conjunction of the spheres. This is the alignment of the planets. This is the great solar bullshitting of the century. Anyone have an idea how we break the ankles of the upcoming Encloser Brigade? That's the next thing we're talking about, Acer. That's the next thing we're talking about. I've got good and bad news. I've got good and bad news. Before we go there, however, Witchat says, I've got two questions. One, is Brian with her increased training goal rewards worth a try for this? Yes. So, yes. If I... fuck it. Hold up. We're breaking out the paint. We're breaking out... Ah! Flashbang! Sorry about that. Every single time, I swear. If I had to make like a list right now, right? Golchi. Aishin. That's it. That's it. There's no one else. And then over here, we've got all Pacers. Why? Because they have access to the best stamina recovery skills. Naruto Brian is a Pacer. That's it. Put Naruto Brian into this. You can absolutely run her. Notables in this one are Agnes Tachyon, Super Creek, Oguri Cap, Naruto Brian. I honestly think Naruto Brian is one of the better horses. Rudolph. Rudolph is a very notable here. Because 20% stamina training bonus, right? But I flat out believe almost all Pacers go into A. Almost all Pacers go here. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna correct that a little. Because there is no A. There is nothing else good. You could run... Like, Lates are just gonna die here, right? Like, Lates are just gonna fucking die. They're gonna get swallowed up by the End Closer Cloud, and then they're not gonna accomplish anything. Yeah, there's nothing. Anyone, any other ideas on what to put in? Beaver with a potential 5 access to cooldown with a shot. Any horse that has an inbuilt stamina skill that is okay or good is worthwhile running for this switch at. Yeah. Golchi, Urara, and debuffer. Remember why you'd bring Urara. So... Acer asked this. Acer asked how are we dealing with the End Closer Brigade. There isn't much to do here. I've got good and bad news for you. The good news is that the way we can deal with them is very, very easy. It's very, very simple. And it doesn't require a lot of investment. You can do this in a very, very short period of time. In fact, I reckon you could prepare your anti-next CM brigade right now in under an hour. Why? Because there's 2 horses that you could just be running. I personally fucking hate bringing up Haru Urara for this. I didn't like Front Haru meme in this CM. I don't like her in the next CM either. Haru Urara is currently being touted as a tech choice to bring in races in order to slow the field down and lessen stamina consumption. Here's the problem. That also lessens the stamina requirement on your opponents. You are giving up a slot to benefit yourself and your opponent. That's not worth it. That's how I feel about current Haru Urara. Absolute meme propagated by people fishing for clicks. However, there is a reason to bring a Haru for the next one. And here's why. Sleeping Lion is a stamina recovery skill that asks you, are you an end runner? Are you within mid-race? And distance diff rate over 75. What? What does that mean? Here's what that means. During the mid-race, the game is going to check the first horse and the last horse. And then it's going to draw a line between them. Okay? And then it's going to look at that line and it's going to ask, hey, where are you in this line? What's your percentage between the first and the last horse? And it says greater than 75. I labeled them the wrong way around. I'm very good at this. It looks at it the other way around. It doesn't matter. And it asks, hey, are you in here? And if you are, then Sleeping Lion procs. Cool, you're getting your stamina back. If you're anywhere in here, then Sleeping Lion doesn't proc and you're not getting your stamina back. So normally, the way that this works is that here, you're gonna have all of your ends and lates like milling about here, like somewhere within here, right? Your fronts are gonna be here. This is where your paces are. Mind you, we're talking about mid-race. That's where your paces are, that's where your fronts are. Pretty simple. Something fucky happens if you bring Haru Urara though. Because Haru is so late that this distribution doesn't work anymore. Because Haru is going to be here. And your frontrunners are still going to be here. And your ends and your lates are going to be somewhere here. Because this line is now much longer. Like the distance between your end and your front is still the same one. This is still the same distance as it was before. But Haru stretches this line out so much that it is impossible, almost impossible, for your Sleeping Lion to be within the last 25% of the field. Now, Sleeping Lion, for those of you that have never heard of this skill, is the fucking stamina recovery skill of Narita Taishin. This is the skill that Narita Taishin relies on. And forgive me for switching back and forth so much, but we do have a public enemy number 2. And as much as it pains me to say, bring Haru to kill Taishin. That's all she does here. Yes, she slows down the pace, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. That doesn't matter. That's a bad reason to bring her. There are 2 good reasons to bring Haru Urara to this champions meet. Reason number 1. You are afraid of Narita Taishin, and you reckon that Narita Taishin players aren't going to give her other stamina recovery skills. So this is your anti-Taishin skill. Do not do this if you're bringing a Taishin yourself. Do not be the guy from that one race we just ran. Do not be that guy. Okay? Reason number 2. You have balls so gigantic that you haven't been able to fit through your front door in the last 2 months, and you have made an S-long, S-turf Haru that can actually win this bitch. In which case, I bow to thee, and how does it feel to be that fucking based? Those are the only 2 reasons to bring a Haru Urara to this champions meet. There are no others. Well, there are others. Those are the only 2 good reasons to bring one. So, this is the first tool you can use to beat one of the end runner banes for this upcoming champions meet. However, that does fuck all to Golshi. What is... Sorry, I keep flashbanging you. What is the current thing we're doing? The current thing we're doing is hostile industry, right? Right now, we're bringing hostile industry. I still hold Natty right now is a bad idea. I think Natty in current champions meet does very, very little. But everyone and their mother is bringing one. You can barely get a race without there being 3. So let's look at the toolkit that we'll have available with her for the next one. Mystifying Murmur doesn't work. This is medium only. This is going to be dead. All-Seeing Eye. That still works. All-Seeing Eye still runs. We can totally do that. However, All-Seeing Eye triggers during running style 3, so late, and phase random 2. So randomly somewhere here. Meaning that for 1067 meters, your Natty needs to somehow magically keep up with the idiots in the front. She needs to be really close to them as well. And there are multiple corners that they bend around. That's not happening. The debuff Natties that we're all bringing at the moment do not have the stats. They will decide to run Spurt here or something based on their stamina, or don't run it at all, and everyone else is going to run away from them. That means All-Seeing Eye is dead. Absolutely fucking dead here. It is not good. So the 2 big tools that Nice Nature has are lost. We cannot Mystifying Murmur. We cannot All-Seeing Eye. These do not work anymore. So we might as well not bring Natty. We might as well not bring Natty. But what if we still want to bring debuffers? What are other debuffs? What other debuffs do we have? What else do we have? Nope. We could bring Hesitance, but Hesitance aren't like fantastic. Don't bring the ignore Frenzied unless you have nothing better to buy. Don't bother. We have our Subdued Flustered package. And I will hold that this, the only thing we have available to us right now. This is the only thing we get to do. Think Utils will still be nice Natty's busted for long CM? Yes. And you know why, Ghostry? Because they're right. There is a reason to bring Nice Nature for this, and that is that people have built Nice Nature already, and you can just reuse yours that you just used. Because the stats still don't matter. If you've gotten a good Hostile Industry for this CM, you can use the same one. Some of her skills are gonna not work anymore, but if you got a good one, then you have all the skills that work, and that's predominantly these 2. This is still 3% stamina drain, if both of them trigger. This is still 3% stamina drain. And mind you, this doesn't care how close you are. This doesn't care about line of sight. This just drains stamina. So, what horse do we want to run this on? What's a natural horse to bring this on? If we're building support, yeah, what do we put this on? And the answer is, well, really, anyone you want. Ow. Anyone you want. Unfortunately, we're not putting this on Rudolph, because Rudolph can't bring her own card. We can't put this on our ace, because this card is dog shit, and we do not have spare card slots for this. Our stat requirements are so harsh that we cannot afford to put this on cards. We could have this on a parent. We could get this from a parent, or even like a random event. You can randomly get this from Fujikizaki, which is funny. But all of this is way too high rolly. All of this is way too high rolly. The simple answer that a lot of people are going to flock to is to put this on any of the Dominator horses. Grass, Tachyon. You could reliably, I reckon, make a race Tachyon with double end closer debuffs. Done. The reason why debuffs in this Champions Meet are going to be better than debuffs in current Champions Meet is because in the current Champions Meet, there's a simple answer to debuffs. A very, very simple answer. And that is just get more stamina, idiot. Next Champions Meet, that's no longer an answer. You're already capped out on stamina. Your tank is already full. You cannot add more stamina. Any percentage that gets stolen from you shoots you. I'd make the argument that if you're trying to figure out which ones to grab, grab exactly pace and end if you have to select. Frontrunners, you will see frontrunners. They will not do well, unfortunately. You will see lates. They will die. The late slot here is mostly going to be debuffers. I don't think there's any like big racers here in late that are going to do anything. If you can grab everything, obviously. And yes, Gadden, exactly. And if you want to be fucking funny about it, grab Stamina Eater 2. Absolutely. Grab Stam Eater 2. Not to recover. This won't help you. But it's half a percentage stamina drain. Half a percentage stamina drain. And that's something at least. There isn't much counterplay. There isn't much we get to do here. There just simply is not. If you're looking at this and all the summary that I just gave you, right? If you're looking at this and you're going, what the fuck? Then you're right. That's how I feel too. Here are the requirements. Let's sum this up. 1,200 stam. 2 or more recovery skills. Gold recovery skills. Minimum. Long S. This is, by the way, this is still a requirement. How do I write as much speed as possible without having to spell it out? 1k plus speed? I'd say. Realistically, as much speed as you can. It is unrealistic to expect to get 1200 speed here. Don't fall for that trap. Don't fall for I need 1200. Highly fucking unlikely. Highly, highly unlikely. If you're looking at that list and you're going, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Then, yeah. Exactly. Unlike last CM, we had a long list on last CM as well, right? Like our list was 1200 speed. It was Redshift plus Shooting for Victory. It was Medium S. It was 900 Stam. And you might look at this list and go like, oh, that's the same length. This was a lot easier to get. This was a lot easier to get. This is harsh. So here's your very, very simple solution to the problem. If you just kind of want to run this and be done with it, you've got straightaway spurt, that's only a requirement on end. And the reason why that doesn't really matter, Rhyme, is because the one end you're running has it built in. The other end you're running wants it, but doesn't lose because she doesn't have it. Like, Gochi can get away without it, simply because of her velocity from anchors away being that good. You don't really care. The reason why Redshift plus a Shooting for Victory was so instrumental this CM is because everyone had access to this. Everyone was going to bring this. Acceleration was everywhere, on every horse, widely available. Next CM, there is no acceleration. So if you don't have acceleration either, that's just an equal playing field. So it's not a requirement. It's a nice benefit, but we're not writing down nice benefits. 400 wit, 500 wit is a nice benefit. Oh yeah. Sorry about this, but 400 guts. That's another one. And this, all of this, is a must. This isn't a wish list. This is your minimum requirement. So, what can you do? You might not want to bother with this shit. I don't either. I'm going to be honest with you, I also don't want to bother with this. What can you do? There's an easy mode for this. There's an easy mode. There's a good chance that easy mode doesn't get you into finals. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's not fucking worth burning out over this. Champions Meet right now is barely worth the rewards. So, if this looks too tedious for you, say fuck it. Go Haru plus any debuff of your choice plus whatever. Your favorite horse. Done. The Haru, you don't need to train her. This can be any Haru. It doesn't matter. She just needs to be cute. The debuffer can be the natty that you made for the CM. It can be an air groove that you made. This can be a grass wander that you made. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even then, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to do a debuffer run. Fuck it. Doesn't even need to high roll. It's cool if it high rolls. Doesn't matter. The ace, pick a horse you like, and this will look like less ass work. Go for 1,200. Or go for 900. 1,200. Call it a day. Fuck it, play Gold Ship. If you like Golchi, just bring Golchi. Just do that. Find a long ass parent. Or find like a long parent. Run that. Be happy. Don't worry about this. You have to understand that this CM isn't made for normal players. This CM isn't made for you and me. And I'm a whale. Like, I'm not on the top end of all whales. I'm not like like MLB and SSRs, right? But I'm up there. Get in, get your B rewards. Maybe you make it to A. In fact, there's a hella good chance you make it to A. There's a hella good chance you make it to A finals as well. Because 99% of the player base can't run this shit. If you run into one of the big whales that can run this, you're fucked. If you are just within the rest of the player base, you're gonna be fine. Because none of us can run this. So that brings me to the last bit of advice I have for you here. There's like the last bit of advice. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you feel like skipping this one, that's cool. Fuck this one. It's really easy to look at Champions Meet and like burn out over it. We've seen it a lot with this Champions Meet, right? Current Taurus, I already have people that are burning out over Taurus because they spent like weeks preparing for it, because everyone was hyping up that this is important. These events aren't important. There is one every bloody month. There's one a month. The rewards are okay, but they aren't even in the buffed state yet, so the rewards aren't like world-changing. They're what, like 20 pulls? Overall? Fuck 20 pulls. Do I want 20 pulls? Absolutely. Give them to me. But don't, like, kill yourself over this shit. Do other things instead. Run your favorite horses, make parents. this is just one CM. The CM after this is a mile CM, which has a stamina requirement of, I guess, you turned up. You wanna like slide downhill for a while? You can do that. Hell, prep for CM3. CM3 is 1,600 meters, by the way. 1,600 meters, mile. Get your 12-12, like, speed power idiots in. But yeah, like, don't burn out over this. It's not worth it. Alright. Any questions? Anyone? I will be making horses for it. Obviously, like, I have to, right? Content creator. I have to make horses for it. I will be making horses for it. I can tell you my team. My team is going to be Gold Ship, Naruto Taishin. I am a huge Taishin fan. I would have run her this CM if she wasn't awful, and then I pulled Brian. But Taishin is one of my Oshi horses, so I'm more than happy to run her. I've not decided what my last slot is yet. I'm debating Grass Wonder, but it can be anything. It can be anything. My condolences on making those Umas. The good news, Adrixel, is that the Taishin I'm going to make off of this, I have other uses for as well. I need a good Taishin for my long team trial anyway. So this is just like dual purpose. The Mile CM sounds like it'll be way more fun to build for, honestly. Yes, the Mile CM is a CM that is going to be relatively easy to build for anyone, for the entire spectrum of the player base. It's a lot easier to build for it. The horses that have access to it are a lot more varied. The tools that we have are a lot more varied. A lot more things work. There are some things that are very, very good. But in general, there are a lot of things that work. And it's very attainable. It's very attainable for the player base. That means we can have some good races. We can have some good close races. I mean, if I put subdued pace chasers on top of everything for the CM, no, that's... Honestly, we're gonna have skill point problems with our aces. Here, if I switch back real quick. This was all of my skill points. And I already had to run 2 additional races for dumb reasons. Don't worry about it. You do not have the skill points to do that. On your ace, you kind of can't afford to run like side races because the stat requirements are that brutal. You'll have at least one fantastic long trialer. Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. Miles here is an absolute min-max. It'll be fun. It can be an absolute min-max, but it's also just something that a lot of people have access to, Hori. That's going to be the important part. Like for your Miles CM, you'll see shit like this. You'll see shit like this. Like, maybe with, like, not Breath of Fresh Air, but like, you know. Is the next race still left-handed? I don't know. I know it's spring, but I think it's right. The next is clockwise. Okay, thank you, Jimmy. I don't have, like, they posted it on their Twitter. They have a post of it on Twitter about it. Gambling on 700 stamp 300 guts without any recovery. Yeah, honestly, Hori, understandable. Fucking understandable. Clock is from Spring Sunny. Thank you, Jimmy. Wonderful. But in terms of stats, like, you're gonna see stuff like this. More wit. This is not even, like, look at this garbage, dude. Blah, right? This is not even, but something like that. Milers are pretty accessible. There's a lot of things you can do for miles. In fact, I could just play this Maruzensky. I could just run this. Now, before you crucify me, this Maruzensky was made at a time when I didn't know what I was doing. That's why she is shooting for victory. I know this shit don't trigger. Well, I know this now. This is a pretty old Maru. I've not made a better one since then. That's kind of criminal, huh? I should really make a better Maru. I should really make a better Maru. Turf S and Long S give. Turf S is 5% acceleration. Long S is about 100 something bonus speed. Ignore, like, Turf S doesn't matter. It's not important. It's a nice benefit to have, but it is not important. The bonus is very, very small because it's 5% off of your normal Excel, and your normal Excel isn't great to begin with. I have a cracked Suzla I made early and have not been able to beat. Yeah. My Rudolph has that problem. The sprint front augury I made can somewhat run in CM3. Hell yeah. There is time until CM3. It's 2 months until then, right? Relax. It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. For now, I'm going to be firing up a Naruto Taishin. We can check together how bad this gets. Zoop. Aha! Aha! So, you've already seen my setup. There's nothing, like, secret about it, right? No big secrets here. Except that I always forget where the Rudolph is. Here we go. Zoop. Them's the setups. That's what we're bringing. That's the deck. That's what we're bringing. And I should really not bring the Aishin Flash, right? This should really just be King Halo. We're trying to high roll anyway. You know what? I'm putting this into UO real quick. Hold up. We're going back. We're going back. I'm putting this into UO just very, very quickly. What are we on? I always forget what Taishin does. 10 speed, nothing else. Okay. 10 speed, nothing else. I mean, fine. Put that in there. Be sad about it. Stamina, we already kind of know what we have to bring, right? We're going to be borrowing an MLB Super Creek. We're going to bring this Mayano. And then we're going to be very, very sad about having to do this. This feels shit. Actually, not all that bad. It's just bad, but not that bad. And then for speed, what's the gap? That's really what I'm worried about. If we try to do 4-stam 2 speed runs instead of Aishin, go for MLB Manhattan. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have an MLB Manhattan, believe it or not. Here, I'll show you something. I'll show you something fucking infuriating. So this is my list of SRs. You'll see that MLB, ignore this, MLB, I'm trying to make a point. We're MLB on basically everything. Except for the one that matters! This is a sore spot. This is a fucking sore spot. It annoys me to no end. It annoys me to no end. Are you gonna be streaming until finals open, or are you gonna stream that tomorrow? I'm gonna stream that tomorrow. Hungry Ghost stream. I've got work tomorrow. I can't stream past midnight. We've got a court date tomorrow. I'm in court like almost the entire week. For various reasons. So no. We've got like multiple filings. I've got admin shit tomorrow as well. And then once I get... No, I can't. I've also been awake for the last 30-something hours. So you know. I desperately need some sleep. Anyway. Like I said, I'm going to put this into UO real quick. So Aishin on 610, and then Halo, we're gonna look at 655. This difference is so dogshit, dude. We're always bringing Sweepy, right? So after Sweepy, what's the diff? After Sweepy, the diff is like 60. God, I hate that. Oh, I really hate that. Not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah, about 60. Bleh. Fine. Mind you, a bunch of that 60 is going to be tied up in power, which is something we don't value. The other thing that I want to know, now that we've established all this, what's the difference between Mayano and... The difference is like Negligible. This doesn't matter, huh? This does not matter. Take the action, spare yourself. The problem is we're trying to high roll anyway. We might as well high roll all the way, huh? That's the logic. If we're already trying to high roll, we might as well high roll all the way. So, I wish she had a growth bonus that didn't suck. That's the big problem. That's the over-under on Mayano vs. Manhattan. There's a bit more on the over-under there, Ring Song, but that's the start, yeah. Obviously, the big exclusion factor there is I don't have an max MLB is already... M and MLB stands for max. Christ. A max MLB. Rip in peace. I don't have that Manhattan. You know what I'm not a fan of? Fucking Twitch saying payment not processed. What? Oh, is Twitch being annoying? I'm sorry, Galandia. Alright, let's do this. Zoop. With that established, let's run this. There you go. This does not make me happy. A max MLB break Manhattan. A max MLB limit break Manhattan, Jimmy. Yes, correct. Rippy has cut in peace, goddammit. Despite the fact you can make any horse good, they still have to attempt to balance horses they release. I imagine that Encroaching Shadow was good enough that they only gave Taishin the 10% in speed to attempt to copy power. Yeah, so horse balance is something that I can't really touch on. Mostly because I haven't concerned myself with it too much. Like, I really haven't bothered, like, learning the ins and outs of the art of horse balancing. But I know that there are, of course, attempts to balance horses. Why certain things happen, whether Naruto Taishin would be busted with better training sets, I do not know. I don't think so. I flat out do not think so. But at the end of the day, we can't really know that, can we? We cannot really know that. We'll live with it. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. After seeing the requirements for next year, I'm just gonna run 3 debuffers. Run like one lazy ace, Dragon. Run one lazy ace. 3 debuffers isn't gonna win you anything. You might as well not go, right? Run double debuffers, 1 ace. Just call it. You're gonna be fine. This freaking goal she wasn't the answer to 2 Sians in a row. I mean, why? Run Naruto Taishin then. That's from Taishin. Be fine. You pulled one, right? Ah. Welcome to plus 105 stamina. Hurrah! Alright, tiny horse. Let's do this. Disclaimer. The second this run goes south, this run is over. We're not going to finish this run if it has no chance of getting close to the requirements. It's already not starting off well. This is already not making me feel confident. Great. Note that there's many failure points. Not getting cooldown, not getting swinging maestro, not getting the stamina requirement, getting any illness throughout the entire run, basically. Not getting long S is another one. Failing any training. Not getting Professor? We can't afford to buy Professor. I don't care. I don't really value Professor. Professor is an okay skill to take. An absolute okay skill to take, but I think I take DDC over Professor. At the moment. It's not budgeted in anyway. I do not have it in current budget. Okay, that's it. Any speed button is valuable. Any speed... Let's go. The guts button always seems to have free cookies. That's okay. Let it. Yes! Sorry. Okay. Okay. Alright. 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 It's pretty nifty. Pretty good. Pretty good. Full heal? Alright. Taishin? We're doing things. We're doing things. Unironically, I'm taking the guts here. Unironically. This is... This is her charming event, just saying. This is her charming event. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. She wanted it, huh? She really wanted to be charming. We're going to be sacrificing everything just for stamina. Everything. Oh yeah, losing any of the races is also an instant end. I think we have the freedom to lose like one of them. If you lose more than one race, and by lose I mean don't come first, it's over. And our stat line is going to be wonky for a bit. Very wonky. Chasing Brilliance, thank you. There's great. Really? You could have... Tips I tried like this, not having enough speed during campaign, which is annoying. Yes, Ring Song, absolutely. 100%. 100%. First Rainbow showing up. God, I wish I could take Honor Adept. Glutton event? Sick. Remember, Greed is good. Greed is indeed good. This saved us an entire rest. We just went plus one day. Give me 10. We got the 10. We're not learning straight away Adept. At least I'm pretty sure we're not, but I'll happily get the 10 speed. Want to make my trainee just train off slow metabolism? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Ringsong. Slow metabolism, I don't quite know what the mechanism is, but just keep on training and eventually it might go away. Extra training has a chance to clear any debuff. But I've had the same thing happen where, like, randomly, by just normal training, slow metabolism just went away. It's always been power training so far that did it, but I don't know whether there's a correlation there. If anyone knows, let me know. Like, I've also had it, like, stick around for 20 training, so... it's not reliable, but it can happen. But I do not know the mechanism under which it happens, so like, be careful. Okay, at least we're getting this out of the way early. That helps. Not just Twitch? Oh, is there like a bank problem itself, Galondir? Might be a larger issue? Goes away after 2 to 3 trainings, actually. You just don't gain speed. I've had it stick around for a year. It's not after 2 to 3 trainings. It's after 2 to 3 trainings if you're lucky. Oh, that's just Aishin. Wait. What? This is normal... This is rare Aishin, while we have normal Aishin in Oh, no, wait. Never mind, never mind. I'm so used to running normal Aishin that this was weird to me. Top one is Guts, I know. The bottom one is Target Insight. And Target Insight is just not good. The Biscotch Sharon event, yeah. This might suck. I've gotten it off with stamp training. Never gotten it off with anything that gives speed, but that's probably just bad luck. I mean, that's because you don't get speed, huh? Good to know though, Renzoku. Good to know. Like, anecdotally, I think it's always been power for me, but that makes sense. Every time I have metabolism, whenever I try it on power stam after 2 turns at most, it goes away. I've had one go away the next turn. I've had one last through a year. You know why I remember this so vividly? Because I went, oh, last run, I just pressed power training and it went away. Press power training. Oh, I just need one more. Press power training. Oh, I just need one more. Sunk cost fallacy intensifies. And instead of just cutting my losses and pressing rest when I needed to, I just went, oh, we'll just keep on training. And then I didn't train speed for a year. It was great. Please don't lose this. Okay. This is a big one. This sets us up for the rest of the run on fan count, and not just that, this is when our speed is weakest. Some have 700 stamina before the first summer. I fully expect to crash and burn soon. Hell yeah, Strider, good luck. I wish you all the best. Our guts will get us through. This is a tiny horse. She doesn't have much guts. Speaking of, why did you curse me? Why would you do that? We're not even pressing that button, dude. We're not even pressing that button. Oh! Number 2. Sick. Oh, hell yeah, Bray. Oh, that's what I want to see. That is exactly what we want to see. Yup. Our stamina, our energy thingies are coming in at decent paces as well. I'll happily take a sweepy. Slipstream. Give me Slipstream. Feed it to me. Fuck. Annoying. If we have like a lot of skill points left over, we might even take that. I'm not gonna lie. He does a guts roamer, yeah. She's just hungry. Focus. Okay, focus doesn't matter to us. Yep. Right back at ya, baby. Right back at ya. There's the first sleep deprived. Okay. We are looking for long S. And we got nothing, we got 110 stamina. We have 110 stamina. That's the minimum. We got the bare minimum. Great. It's better to try to get 1 or 2 specific... Fuck. To max... Or to just go for max efficiency, do the actions that buff as many as possible, even though that's more spread out. Max efficiency, Dr. Reagans. Sometimes they all line up where they all roughly get there by themselves. Sometimes they don't. Don't concern yourself with that. Don't concern yourself with that. So this is the one, huh? Shouldn't really lose another one. Otherwise, we're kind of resetting. Why? Because skill points. The answer is skill points, really. Not even the other stats, it's exclusively skill points. Sam can't stay forever. Are you running Mai on a Top Gun? She has very low, like she has no friendship bonus, right? To start with. That's the problem. Like, Krieg also has that issue. Well. Okay. Uh-oh. Once a time we can't fit a spare G, we cannot. We can't even fit the stats we need into this run, let alone fit another race in here. That's just not happening. That's not happening. Minus MLB Krieg is space. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Not all stats go up when a card levels. Krieg and Mayano are both notoriously dog shit for friendship training. Krieg at base even worse, obviously. Yeah, you're just gonna be like stuck on a harsher curve there. Oh, fuck. Never mind, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We're routing, we're routing, we're routing. We're finding a line, don't worry. We're finding a line. This is the line. Do not be alarmed. Never punished, see? Never punished. We're just trying to get to great mood. Hell yeah. Woo! On the fly routing. On the fly routing. Would bringing Guts parents be useful? No. No. Would it cost you too much from stamina and speed? No, 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 no. You can see that I'm sacrificing a parent to like a 1-star power spark simply because that was the easiest way to set this up. I'm probably going to rerun her a couple of times. But the problem with rerunning my McQueen parent is that I use up borrows. I use up Boris to rerun her, and she's overall fine, right? Like, I just need her to land in stamina somewhere, and she's gonna be Gucci. But, that's okay. But I don't think I'd want to bring, like, random-ass Guts parents, no. You don't need that, anyway. You don't need that. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get there. Plus, if you're sitting at like, what, 380 or something, 390, you're okay. It's not ideal, but it's not gonna kill you. This is pretty grim. You do not want to see extended periods of one rainbow, obviously. However, I feel like in terms of stats that we have so far, we've gotten... There it is. Alright, so. We want either Shrine, in which case we keep going. Or we want... Karaoke, in which case we keep going. I think the ideal thing to get here is... Shrine plus... Claw, right? There's Shrine. We don't want to see Walking. That's the one we don't want to see. We didn't even cure it. We didn't even cure it. Never mind. Shrines failed me. Another second. Nah, it's over. Tis over. We're gonna run until second inspiration. We're gonna run until second inspiration. And then that's it. This training feels vain now. 8 lengths, yeah. Yeah. There is a world in which we have to just buy skills at one point. Shrine number 2. Shrine number 2 also didn't do it. Shrine number 2 also didn't do it. And now we just ignore it. The problem with ignoring it is that we're hoping for extra training to trigger now to cure it, because nothing else will do it. You can spend about 2 days and go neutral on that event. I'm unwilling to spend 3. I'm absolutely unwilling to spend 3. Shrine isn't a guarantee cure, not even close, no. No, 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 not even close. I wish it was. Kinda wanna try again, I'm not gonna lie. Is Infirmary that bad? No, it's just that Shrine is optimal. If we run into like really bad training, we might. Okay. We went to great mood. That's at least something. We take the Guts option here. Like, you never willingly take Guts on anything. Here, fuck it. We're running it now. There. The mood is more important to get up, and you can randomly get mood plus something. This is bad. The early charming is currently doing all the heavy lifting and nothing else is. Nothing else is. Oh, this would have also done it. Training guide would have cleared. Gaining practice perfect gets rid of it too. Well, damn. We wasted a day. I completely forgot about that option. I completely forgot that that could happen. Shit. That's actually supremely annoying. We're about to lose the Nikkei show. For very different reasons. The reason is that Kita-san hasn't shown up in speed in an eternity. And we have no speed. Saiyan Sky. Hi, give me skill points, thank you. So fast learner isn't real, which means we learn Encroaching Shadow right now in order to be safe, right? Yeah. We don't need stamina recovery for this. We have stamina. That's the one thing we have. That's the one thing we have. Here we go. Okay, we won the Nikkei show. So now we get all of our stats. We get plus 25 in everything. This event is so fucking good, dude. Plus 25 in everything. It's a shame that it's not the 27 that I'm used to. Because we have a lower race bonus than we normally would. Alright. Long S or this run ends right now. Nope. Didn't get it. Let's see how high we can get in stats. Let's see how high we can take the stats. Even though we wasted 3 different days now. It's speed time, huh? It's just speed time. Oh no, you go away. I don't want to see any hide nor hair from you, Miss Halo. None of that. We keep losing so many. It wasn't even Biwa that took us out this time. It wasn't even Biwa, it was Maki. Brutal. We even have the stats. And now we have no training. Okay. We don't really want to run optionals. Optionals are the mind killer, at least for this. But we also don't want to press wit, right? You see how without much doing in guts, we just have the guts requirement that we need? Once again, we got nothing here. Oh no. That's 2 in a row with nothing. That brings our grand total to what, 4? We do have to keep track of them, like... I want to say like 2 or 3 is a death sentence for this specific attempt. Hey Zuyo, hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Let's see what we can salvage. I reckon we can go 912, but like 912 is just not desirable. We're done on stamina now. We flat out don't need any more. Painful earache, that's really bad. Hope you feel better soon. Find the medics, bring the medics. I'm just gonna rest this out here. Funnily enough... No, never mind. There's another 1-5. Managed to make it to Open League in Open League Group A finals. Hell yeah, hell yeah. What made you pick Open League? Congrats on getting there, by the way. Well done. 6. It's over. It's over. Oh, man. We're gonna run this out just to like finish the run, but I've given up hope on this run like months ago. Do not have anything really over B+. I gotcha, I gotcha. First of all, welcome in to the game as well. Open League is gonna be, like, right now Open League for lower players is perfectly fine. But as soon as the game progresses slightly, Open League is going to be a death trap. An absolute... That's the 2%er. Okay. Whoa. Now, as soon as the game progresses slightly, Open League is going to be an absolute death trap. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Right now it's my plan. We're gonna run one more. We're gonna try this one more time. This was... You see where the problem lies, right? You see where the problem with this lies. With this specific approach. We go again. Free to play as well, yeah. It's like on free to play, it depends on like when you started and when you how you invested your resources. Free to play is very, very doable, but you always have to keep in mind that you need to measure time. You need to get all of your stuff over time, right? You need to measure your progress over weeks and months, not over days, like the whales can, which is fine, right? The game's very, very playable. Free to play. Tekken and Gotcha got me to Group A. Hell yeah. Good horses too. Good horses too. All right, Taishin. The early charming would be nice again. The early charming would be wonderful. That's more a sweepy problem, right? But that helped a lot. Agnes is your main? Which Agnes? I'm sorry. I'm now also going to die on this hill. My wife has chosen that as a hill to die on. We've been fighting over this. Adamant. Tachyon's her name. Agnes is the crown name. She's right, of course, but still. Because Agnes Digital isn't even available to play yet, like, people usually know who you're referring to, but nah, like, I'm dealing with this now. I'll take this. God, the top one was like, we don't care about power, do we? Let's take Wisdom. I really want to have an MLB sweepy, understandable. I really wouldn't want to miss mine for the world. Now, but Tachyon's a great horse. Tachyon's an absolutely great horse. I ran her a lot early on. A lot. Please stop, Guts button. Please stop. This is enough. Is Recreation on turn 1 optimal? Only if there isn't a good pileup. Always, like, always check your training first. The way that I play it, Dragon, is if I have either 3 girls or 2 girls with an exclamation mark, then I take the training. And then I continue like that until that is not true. So day 1 you check, do you have 3 or do you have 2.5? If you have, then you train. Next day you check again. And you keep checking until one day either Kita-san triggers and you just get a +1 mood, in which case you don't bother anymore. Or until you have only 2 in a field and then you just go recreate. We take the maximum energy, right? But start referring to McQueen as Medro in retaliation? Yeah. That's exactly it. That's not gonna confuse the shit out of me either, huh? Kita and Taishin seem to be allergic to speed buttons. They're really allergic. I mean, Taishin, very much so, but that's because of status, huh? I have the same pet peeve, never seen anyone call Rudolph Simboli, but always see Agnes. Because people tend towards the things that are more first names, right? Agnes is a first name, Rudolph is a first name. Simboli isn't. So people just take what they think is a more natural name to have. It's also why Narita Brian gets called Narita a lot. Brian is a very natural first name, but it's also a very male-coded name, and that's a very not male-coded horse, right? So people just flock to the thing that more humanizes whatever they're talking about at the time. I know we can get through this with winning all of them, because we've done it before, right? I know we can. The question is just, do we? The question is just, do we? Indeed. Ah, fuck, that's the big event. So bootcamp is the big finish event, right? That could have given us fast learner. It didn't. But I really wanted it to. No matter what we do here, we never train, even on wit. I will always say, hold that checking your training is free, but some days you just never train, no matter what happens. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, more of those, please. Much, much more of that, please. Thank you. Kind of thankful for the random speed, not gonna lie. There's a well-rested. Nice to see. We take this too. Should I call you Tachyon Tacky in order to fix that issue? Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. It's difficult not to just type in Agnes. Yeah, it really is. Oh god. Mayano is so far behind because of Mayano problems. I really wish we could just Manhattan it. Distance. These are both worth nothing, right? Like, standing by? Blah? We just take the guts? God, this feels so wrong. But it's likely correct. Extra chain to blow off steam. The top one was bonus energy, right? Guts maxing. You need 400 guts, unfortunately, for this one. For this one, that's not optional. Zanet's physics, no Tachyon is insanely hard as a name for a racehorse, but I will admit going with the first part of any name is easy. We're also like, Western-wise, just still always used to the first thing being the first name, right? This is why you always check your training. We could have just rested here, but there was a chance that this happens. And now we rest. And now we cry. Actually, that's really bad. Shit. That's really bad. I have to take the plus 10 speed now. I don't want to take plus 10 speed. Manage to get 4 friends in wits? I mean, you can manage to get 5, yeah. Ugh, fine. That feels awful. It never feels great to not pick the 20 energy here. Instead of rest. That's not how that works. You need to bring like wit horses for that. And that just flat out is not possible on anything that isn't sprint or mile. Like, everyone's so familiar with the Uma is wit game thing now. But what people aren't familiar with is the fact that that's only true at the top end of Uma. That is exactly true at like the top end of deck building. Which most of us just flat out aren't at, right? My favorite horse, Nice Nature. She rocks. Why are you making dad jokes, Hannah? What happened? Why, what's going on? Why is this? What curse have I brought upon myself? I don't like this. I do not... Can I like... bring this back? Too much time with Rudolph? Yeah, that's not too much time with Rudolph does to you. Okay, cool. I was gonna say I wouldn't normally press this, but I really want to. Somebody made me have to come up with a pun on the spot and he's getting revenge for it. I mean, on the spot you say, it's been more than a day now. Oh! Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, ducklings of all shapes and sizes. This is now a run. Long S acquired. And if I get set this high this quick, I mean, right now this is just a parent problem. Too low. Right now this is a parent problem. We are going to slightly be ensuring this. Fast learner is dead. We've already seen boot camp and there's no other source of fast learner, I believe. What's master trainer doing? Master trainer is practice perfect. Yeah, we do not have another source of fast learner, so we might as well learn Encroaching Shadow. Because this isn't getting cheaper, and this is the one thing we need to win. Yeah, real shit? Yep. Yep. This is... okay. We got through the Satsuki show. This is already an improvement from last time. Got my first 2 3-star sparks. Hell yeah, though. Well done, well done. It's all about time, Zulu. It's all about time. The parents you build now are going to last you for months, if not years. The racehorses you build might last you for a week or two. Like spending some time on getting like your stamina sparks. I know that can be frustrating. Oh no. I know that can be frustrating, but spending some time on getting like your sparks set up is so important. With speed and power. Okay, pretty varied. Speed isn't like universally good, but it's a shame that stamina is the one that you really want. Power is a good consolation price though. No, hungry. She's unionized. Nice. Okay. We made it through Tokyo. Next TM is really good for Speed Spark. I'd argue that... yeah, you know what, Tori? The argument against Speed Spark is you're pressing speed anyway, therefore you don't need the help, right? Next TM, the argument is you're pressing stamina anyway, you don't need the help. Ignore the fact that I'm running 15 spark stamina right now. And we're still not making it, but that's a different problem. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Next TM, Speed Spark does actually have a place. Entirely correct. Do I raw press Mayano here? I do not want to. I also really don't want to run the Takarazuka Kinen. Like, I just don't want to run the races. That's the problem right now. I think we're gonna have to run this one. Like, we could wit train as well. Please win this. Thank God, okay, it wasn't wasted. It wasn't wasted. Where to find the tech stats for the skills? What they do exactly? Game Torah. Standard Game Torah resource. Hold up. Here. Nachtschatten. That link right there. Hey, Cream Dream, how you doing? You're gonna fence for the rest of the Korea, but we don't have enough skill points for anything. It doesn't super matter because this summer already doesn't start out well. Never mind. Taking that back. Hadikita Kyo indeed. That's a skip. Alright. Floor me. Give me, like, the world's best training. You tried! Honestly, that's good enough. I've been running every G1 I can for the most part. Absolutely, Dr. Ragans. However, once again, we are trying to make... a horse that fits the world's most unfriendly requirements possible. We can barely fit in the races that we have to do in order to reach this shit. That's the problem. It's great to run G1s, especially on parents. It's great to run G1s on horses where you are really skill heavy, or on horses where you know you're reaching your stat already. It's great to run G1s when your training's bad. We're trying to make something for Gemini CM, and the stat requirements for Gemini CM are so unfriendly that if we get too many days where we should just run G1s, the run is over. Because the horse that we're making isn't going to be good enough anymore. That is how bad the requirement is. That is how bad it is. Our stats actually kind of look bad. We're one... It's another one of those. Fuck it. Remember the cover's going to be boot? Yep. Here we go! We're on awful mood now. Oh. Oh, okay. So this isn't ideal. But... it's not bad either. These... No! Oh, come on! Fuck. It's always that problem, huh? We need to grab at least one. If we don't grab one, this is also dead. Come the fuck on! There's no world! Okay, the Mayano. Come on, that's just bullshit. Okay, okay, we're out. This is good enough. Any one is good enough. These were so safe, dude. These were so safe. So we're on practice poor. We haven't seen Kita-san yet, right? We're just gonna rely on Kita-san. We're gonna run the practice poor, and we're just gonna live with it. Stop me from getting a big win, yeah. It is rough. We have the stat requirements for basically the rest of the career. From here on out, we're just optimizing. MGM. Always hated claw machines. I'm not a big fan either, Maddie. I'm not a big fan either. Especially like the modern ones. The modern ones are so weirdly clean and sterile and so boring. Like you can look at them and you know that you're getting ripped off, right? At least like the old ones had some charm to it. Well, this is the first we see of Super Creek. That's not great either. We don't have the fan total for skills. That's okay, we don't give a shit. Like, we kind of do give a shit, but we can't afford to. Ah! Oh. Oh. Okay. Hi, I didn't expect you to be here. You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? Health chakra would go a long way. Last one for 10 energy? Never. Never. So we're never picking charm chakra. But we're on a run that is absolutely fucked for skill points, huh? Do we take the 40% for winning chakra? If we don't get it, this run is over. I can quit instantly. But if we get it, that's pretty hot. Strength Chakra. The benefit for Strength Chakra is minimal. I don't care. Might as well, right? Come on. Come on. Don't fuck me on this. Hell yeah! Never didn't have it. Okay, never didn't have it. Okay. Alright, here we go. And then we fail because practice. Okay. Shrine? Give me Shrine. Shrine didn't cure it. This is the third Shrine that didn't cure. Is that the only way to be directly granted skills? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This event is too late to matter. Oh yeah, hungry. Absolutely. Every turn. Every turn. That's why Night Owl is a must remove as soon as possible. Unlike some of the others. Don't... Well, we have another chance at Shrine, I suppose. God, this is awful. This is absolutely awful. Our stamina levels are abysmal as well. This time we're finding the speed training. We're just not finding the stam training like last time. Oh. Okay. That helps. That saves us from resting. And here's the Nikkei show. We didn't clear practice perfect this time, so now we're getting less stats off of it. Normally, the upside would be that you spend less days trying to cure this shit. But we ran into 50 other things instead, so... There we go, practice port is gone. SS speed stam after you left us night? What is that? 1k, 1k? That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Fanfest. Nemesis, like, Nemesis levels do not matter to us. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could not give a shit about Nemesis levels. If we didn't have to run, like, high-profile races to begin with, I'd kind of be down to fail all of these for skill points. But, alas, we gotta. Now, we're way too low in stats. Way too low in stats right now for this to be anything. Ideally, we'd be 900 in one category already, pre-second summer. We are, however, very much not. There are ways to get around this still, but... not like that. Most certainly not like that. And most certainly not like that. 3. That's what we want to see. More of that, please. Much more of that, please. Meditated, we don't need to worry about that. And I'll happily take the stats if I'm being entirely honest. This is awful. But if there's any time to do it, it's now as we're getting into summer. We need to land, like, we need to land all the summers. And the first summer is immediately nothing. First summer is immediately dead. 1. Nope. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Pathetic. Each copy of the free SSR costs. I don't know what the last one is, but I know that the third one is 2,000. But I don't know what the last one is. Please let me quit out of this, for Christ's sake. Ugh. There we go. Nope, that exploded. I don't know how much the last one is. Sorry. The Taishin you have is already good considering the stream. That Taishin is not good at all. 2,000? I mean, here. I can show you. There. Okay. If I hadn't been slacking on club points, let's be honest, I've been super slacking on these, right? You can get 100 a day. I keep forgetting to bother. I keep forgetting to bother. But I should have that already. Also remember that we're coming up on the end of the month, which means your club rankings are going to come out again. And depending on where you get ranked, you get club points as well. We're currently B+, so whatever. That will be enough, right? Obviously, if you're like somewhere up there, you're done already. You get 100 per day? Yeah. Like, you get to trade 10 shoes per day. And you get 10 club points every time you trade shoes. 10 times 10 is 100. Done. Like up to about 2,500. I'm excited. Whoa, hell yeah. Sick. Like, my club, they're fine. Like, I don't want to complain about them. They're okay. We have a problem where we don't, like, kick the inactive people anymore. Which, that's the thing that annoys me to death. Because, like, these honestly shouldn't be here anymore. Log in every 3 days, and yet... No, but hey, our officer has been gone for 3 days. Both of our officers have been gone for multiple days now. Honestly, I need to find a better club. That's what I need to do. Hey, Tanaki, how you doing? You get some more if someone uses your UMA for training. Yeah, exactly. Might see how few fans I got. I mean, whatever, right? You're at 47 million. That's not few. Like, if we sort by fans again, right? Like, you're number 4. This club is not very good. My club looked fine, but now I'm the highest fan score by a factor 10. Gonna find a new one in the moment rewards kick in. Yeah, I'm probably going to be leaving this one as well as soon as rewards. Remember, if you join a club, you do not get the monthly rewards unless you've been with that club for 2 weeks. So if you want to leave your current club, do not leave until the rewards have been handed out. And then go find someone else. Like, don't preemptively jump out. The club's kind of dead. They're not really, like, 3 or 4 of them are kind of dead, but the rest are relatively active. You got your LB1 Haru today? Hell yeah, hell yeah. What's my progress on that? I do have to say, I just burned 20,000 friendship points on just buying follow slots because I got tired of it. Otherwise, my Haru would be done. My Haru could be done, but this card won't matter for a while. She does matter eventually. She just doesn't matter right now, so there's time. Time for us to create the Dark Despots in September? No, no, no. I'm not gonna run my own club. I don't wanna. It was called Baksheen and I found that amusing. Finish your Haru today? Hell yeah. No idea what she does. She's a guts card. She does nothing. She does absolutely nothing. But later down the line, this card becomes really, really important. Like high race bonus, right? That was the point. Really high race bonus. Alright, ducklings. Alright. The Taishin runs did not Taishin. They did not. What a shame. There are about 3 weeks left until next CM. So that's, let's say 21 days roughly. That is about 60 something, well 63, but about 60 something Boros left. And I can tell you that every single one of those is going to go into the gold ship Taishin project. Every single one of them is going to go there. Nothing else. Within that project, I'm pretty sure we're getting at least a usable one, if not a good one. That's the idea. Today it was not meant to be. Today it was not meant to be. Tomorrow, however, is finals. For those of you that are going to run your finals in 2.5 hours from now, for those of you that are either in a better time zone or are staying up for it, I wish you the best of luck in your finals. I'm going to be running my finals tomorrow, on tomorrow's stream. I'm going to wait to get my ass beat. And oh god, the Secret Farm race to get the material to port 5 Golshi. That's the same problem I have. That's why I'm starting on Narita Taishin. That's exactly why I'm starting on Narita Taishin, because it's only the hopeful S's that I'm missing. Like, this won't take that long. Anyway, everybody, that is gonna be it for today. Zoop. Air Groove, you live here now. There she lives. There she goes. Thank you everyone for joining us today. God, I'm tired. I am really, really tired. Sorry for the whack energy today. Entirely down to... Wait a second. Did I fuck up? Hold up, did I fuck up? 1 second. I did. I never saved my stream info for today, huh? I typed everything out and then never pressed save and go. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Uh-huh. Nice. Alright, everyone. I'm back tomorrow. 6 p.m. CEST. I'm going to be running my finals for tomorrow. I hope you'll join me. It's only going to be 1 race for everyone that runs theirs right now. Best of luck, obviously. You got this. Do your best. Remember, the fact that you made it to finals is the thing that matters. You got this. I'm now going to go to bed because I've been awake for... Hold up. I'm actually going to do the math real quick. 36 hours. Apologies for the whack energy. I've been fighting falling asleep. See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great rest of your day or night or evening, whatever it currently is, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. And goodbye. Oh yeah, rate message. Does anyone have a rate message? Blah, blah, blah. I am organized. Here. I have one. There you go. There you go. The horses really need sleep. Now, good night, everybody. And hey, one last time. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Good night.